Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Round 2 of the U.S. Open continues from Shinnecock Hills Golf Club in New York. Wyndham Clark leads at 7 under after birdieing his last 2 holes on 12 and 13. Earlier today, world number 80, Joaquin Niemann was penalized for throwing a club at least 50 yards late on Thursday. He's the first golfer to be disciplined under the Code of Conduct policy in a major this season. Baseball, Reds visit the Yankees at 7:05. Cincinnati's Rhett Lauder faces New York's Cam Schlittler. Reds last in the NL Central at 35 and 38. Guardians at the Astros at 8:10. Cleveland's Tanner Bybee faces Houston's Tetsuya Imai. Guards tied with the White Sox for first in the AL Central at 40 and 35. This update sponsored by United Dairy Farmers. Try UDF's new ice cream Quake flavors for summer, only for a limited time. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, welcome in to another edition of Rothman and Ice. I'm Matty Ice. TLC's on the board doing his thing per usual. And to my right today, ladies and gentlemen, the former Buckeye and Grey Cup MVP by the name of DeVere Posey back in the house. Depot, it's been too long, man. How you been? What's going on?
Listen, man.
In the office, baby.
Let's go.
Whoops.
You know what? It's appropriate.
Hey, you know what? I screwed it up, so it's on me.
Run it.
So I'm playing it late.
So where's the office, back at division? In the office, baby.
I owe it to the people.
Yeah, it's therapeutic, man.
Yeah, this is what we need.
Yeah.
This is what we need. This is the tone setter on a Friday. Hydraulics bouncing. Let's go. You can't help but feel good when you hear this.
That's my first time ever forgetting to put that into the playlist on a Friday.
You made it happen, though. We got
It's
it
bound
done.
to happen at some point.
Depot, what's been going on,
My
man?
bad.
All good, man. Just happy to be back with the boys, man.
Yeah.
CB, what's up, man? TLC, I forgot you're you're not CB anymore. You're full-time TLC.
Yep.
Man, it's good to see you guys, bro.
It is good to see you guys, too.
I was more
don't
excited
know.
about the commercials because we have good conversations.
Oh, the best conversations happen in the commercial.
It's so true because there's been a few people that
I wonder what conversations you guys are going to be having in the commercials today. Maybe a little bit of, why are we working today of all days?
Well,
Listen.
I'm glad you brought that up. Happy
Exactly.
Juneteenth to
Happy
you,
Juneteenth, for
Depot.
sure.
Happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. But it's funny that you mentioned that because there have been people in the past that have texted me. Because sometimes if you're watching on YouTube, we'll come back on YouTube a little quicker than we are on the air. And they'll text me and say, what are you guys laughing at so much? Because they'll catch us in the break just dying laughing. So, yeah, sometimes we have
I thought
fun.
you were going to say that people text you Happy Juneteenth.
Or why are you working today?
I have gotten a couple of those this morning, but you know what? We got to make things happen around here.
for
So
sure.
what's been going on, Depot? The folks haven't heard from you in this time slot in a while. What's up, man?
Man, nothing, man. Just been grinding. Well, nothing. Them just been grinding, bro. It's always something going on, with the family, businesses, life, community life, man. It's been, a great year. It's been a great year, man. I think, for the most part about 2026 that I've enjoyed is like just getting back tight with the family, right? And, we got Drew entering 6th grade. So, that middle school time for me kind of marks that, oh, is that what I see under there? Is that underarm hair? Okay.
Yeah.
So, like nutrition needs to increase, maturity, sleep, rest, type of approach, building strength and speed, that kind of stuff is all like what the theme of the summer is about. But at the same time, like how can we keep, enriching the mind, throughout stuff. So, I'm always intentional about, intentional about building up the youth and building programs, doing whatever we need to do to make sure the community after us
It's great.
is good.
It's great. Love to hear it. Good to see you again, folks. Hope you guys are having a nice start to your Friday. As always, we really appreciate your time. Here is the menu for today. 12:30 in studio. Jeremy Birmingham's going to stop by to talk all things Ohio State football, recruiting stuff going on. We'll ask him about Marvin Harrison Jr.'s little brother, Jet Harrison, who seems to be a really, really good player as well. So he will be in studio at 12:30. 1:30, we'll talk all things National Football League with Brendan Deeg from The Score. And then 2:30, we'll talk all things Major League Baseball as we do every Friday at 2:30 with Jensen Lewis in our Chin Music segment. You can't, if you miss anything, don't worry, because you can catch up with everything we do from noon to 3 wherever you get your podcast. Just type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do will be waiting there for you. TLC, we also have another prize to give away today, which is a great prize. Let the folks know what they can win at any moment today.
Yeah, so Hothead Burritos, they got the catering package that serves 20. We gave away one yesterday. We had a lot of people in the bank trying to call in. I could only give away one, and the first caller, I believe, was named Dale.
Yep.
He got the trivia question right away, so blocked out the rest of the callers, but that's okay because we got another one to give away today, and we will also give another one of those Hothead Burritos catering packages next week. So if you didn't make it in, you can blame Dale, but it's okay because you get a second and third chance.
Yeah, so we will depot. It's a great prize, man. I mean, a prize pack of 20 from Hothead. You as a dad, too, family of what, 5?
I'm trying to feel like, we're not would ever need 20 burritos at one time.
I think if it comes where
Any
it's
parties coming up?
yeah, I guess
You have a birthday party for the kids coming up?
something like that.
We got a couple coming up.
Then you know what? That's when you would use it.
All right, what's the number again?
614-821-9710 is the number.
DeVere and Pickerington's on there.
Depot, we got the U.S. Open going on right now. I know you're a big golf guy. You're out there on the links all the time, getting after it. Right now, we got Wyndham Clark sitting atop the leaderboard at -7 under, Xander Schauffele coming in at 3 under, and then Colin Morikawa is right there at 2 under with Sam Stevens. And so some recognizable names up top. This is always a fun major to watch because of the challenge, right, that these courses can present for these guys. As a big-time golf guy, do you enjoy this type of golf, seeing the best of the world really get pushed to their limits, or do you like when there's more of a easier track for them to manage and we get more of some eye-popping numbers on the leaderboard?
See, I don't know if it's like more about eye-popping numbers on the leaderboard. I think it's more about star powers coming in on Sunday down 18. Not to say that the Memorial wasn't great with the playoff, but you can't tell me if that wasn't Scotty and Fleetwood, it's not more people.
It's a different juice to it, for sure.
And I think just with the U.S. Open, I love stars being down. But the thing about golf is you can't call fouls to get the star to the free throw line like SGA. You can't control anything to kind of make sure the Sunday what you want it to be. But I think it's a lot better with star power coming down.
I completely agree with you. I think the tour completely agrees with you too. They absolutely would want that because to me, the post-Tiger era when he was at his peak, there hasn't been that no doubt draw for everybody, not just the avid golf fan. I'm talking, we know Tiger was moving needles all over the place, right, with the people that were coming in to watch the sport that don't play golf or didn't really care. And so I think you're right, whether it's Scotty or whether it's some of the Rory, like you get those guys deep into Saturday going into Sunday afternoon as guys that are in the mix for any tournament, let alone a major. That's what the golf streets want, and I'm hoping that we get that. Speaking of Rory, he is currently tied for 5th at 1 under. He will tee off right after 2 o'clock, so you got a handful of guys in that area as well. It's always good to see kind of an OG and Justin Rose in the mix. He's at 1 under as well. So this is shaping up pretty well over at Shinnecock Hills right now, Depot, with some of the star power that you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Friday is tough. Saturday is where you make it or break it. So I'm gonna turn it on, watch some on the patio this weekend, and just hear some bombs, man. I meant to tell you, I broke 90, man, first time.
Look at you, man.
It felt good, man.
I remember a couple years ago when we first met, when you were telling me that you were really going to start locking in on this sport. Man. And since then, you've been all over the place, not messing around, and now you're breaking 90?
Bro,
incredible. Good for you, Depot.
I had like 6 straight pars, and we were coming around 13, and I was keeping score on my phone. And so this is how mental this game is. I just act like, I click out, I put my score in, I zip out. Like, I don't even want to know. Yeah. I know it's going good today. It feels good, but I don't know how good it's going. I accidentally, just got my phone in my hand in between, a green and a T. And, bro, I accidentally pushed like a push notification, and like up pops like my total score. So, like, going through 13, I was like a 71.
So now it's just in your head. Now it's just there.
I've never seen a 70 on the card sheet total after 10 ever. I'm like 50. You know what I mean? Like, every time.
Right.
I see the 71. Bro, 4 straight double bogeys, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
And then the bogey. So I was like.
Kind of folded a little bit.
Like a chair. Like, bro, I'm talking folded like a bad lawn
Is it
chair.
because you think you saw the score? Do you think
Bro,
that did it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I remember my next thought, like, let's see,
Got it ahead
good
of
shot.
him. Yeah.
And then it's just like, grip was kind of off a little bit, just like club felt a little sweaty.
Which is
chunked.
which makes it so impressive what these guys do
in
at
front
this
of
level,
people.
in front of people. When it's literally, I mean, you have your caddy, but it's you. And you got to execute. And that pressure that you're talking about, protecting leads, maintaining, like running guys down, and that sport, that's already
It's the hardest sport ever.
really, really tough.
The hardest sport.
Yeah, the mental part of it is no doubt a crazy, crazy challenge. And that's why these guys doing what they do is unbelievable, and how consistent they are in doing it. We got Depot in the house, DeVere Posey rocking out with us on a Friday. Coming up, if the Buckeyes are going to have the success they want this season, Coach Day has identified one thing that can help them get there. We'll share that with you next. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting "Hoo Day," the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit profootballhof.com and plan your visit today.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall for Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice, Orthopedic One. A couple years ago, I felt like I was breezing through life. I was tearing through rounds of golf, and it hit me. Excruciating hip pain. Hip that would not go away until I saw my friends at Orthopedic One. Then, bye-bye pain. So if you're dealing with constant pain or you suffered an injury, start with the specialist. Start at orthopedic1.com. There's no referral required, and there's several convenient locations in Central Ohio. Schedule your appointment at orthopedic1.com.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling, and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
I take care of the kids, my dad, things at work, but I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression. Go to mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results, and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Kyle Bogan, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value and have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you're being treated by the very best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit oda.org.
Bo Bishop and Dom Taberry. Dom remembers when Bo was a young whippersnapper, and Bo remembers when Dom wasn't part ape.
And then Yolanda one time wanted to wax my knuckles.
Tuesdays with Taberry.
Sponsored by Green & Sons.
Tuesdays at 10:30 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine in our forecast today as temperatures soar into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon with breezy winds. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows in the 50s. For Saturday, we will see mostly sunny skies with some spotty showers and storms. We'll have a little bit of a breeze with highs right around 80 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
That it is. No Rothman today. Our guys enjoying a well-deserved day off. DeVere Posey, the former Buckeye, in the house today. Bottom of the hour.
Where's Roth playing at today?
That's a great question. I don't know where he's playing at. I'm sure he's out there on the course somewhere, killing it as he always is. So, yeah, shout out to our guy, AR. Hope he has a great weekend. Bottom of the hour, in studio, Jeremy Birmingham. He will come through and talk all things Ohio State football and recruiting. And so don't miss that here in about 13 minutes. Depot, as you know, the football world never sleeps. It never sleeps anymore, and there's always good content out there for us to consume. ESPN's Adam Rittenberg had a nice little chat with Coach Day, and there's been a lot of chatter this offseason about how tough this Ohio State schedule could be this year. On paper, it looks that way, and there's been something that I've noticed from Coach Day, and he's mentioned this a few times about one of the keys in his mind to their success this year, and it's about closing out games. And so he talked to Adam Rittenberg and said this, quote, "We're going to have to win games in the fourth quarter this season. Look at the schedule that we have. We've got to be really good at that." And so, Depot, I've heard him say this now in print. I've heard him say this when he had a couple press conferences a few months ago talking about the fourth quarter. And I think he could be speaking through the media just a little bit and getting his team geared up for what can be or should be a tougher road for them, right? When you look at USC and Oregon and Indiana and Texas on their schedule. And so my question is for you, as a former player, how can a team become a good fourth quarter team?
Yeah. I think what's tricky about early in the season and becoming a good fourth quarter team, you have to have images in your mind. I'll give you one that's stained. The drive at Notre Dame to go win it.
Okay.
What was that? Second, third, fourth game, fifth, sixth game of the season? Within the first 7 games. Images like that, execution, under pressure. Then you go back to Oregon, Will Howard, right? We weren't able to execute. But what happened in Texas? What happened in the playoffs? We were able to kind of come down and make those things happen. You got to have those situations. And I'm not saying you need to be down, but at some point, and what's tricky, and here's the tough balance. You're playing easy wins in the beginning part of the season. But we have Texas early. You have to have those situations where the ones are feeling this pressure. Yeah. And you have to say, is there a way to where we can look at what was our point score total? I think last year the most points we scored in the fourth quarter was 14. And you say, well, that's pretty good. That's on average. That's that's normal. But you go back to 2014, some of those fourth quarter. I mean, we were putting up 21 points with Zeke.
Staying on the gas pedal.
Staying on the gas pedal, and how does that happen when you're working in backups for blowout games? How does Julian really get to boost his number? How does Jeremiah really get to boost his number? We want to keep guys healthy. So tough balance there. But early competition, I remember Jermaine Matthews would always talk about Denzel Burke would say, hey, we want competition early in 2024. That was the hard thing about 2024. We didn't get a real game till game 7. So we have an early test, and I think that will allow this team to really go in with that mindset that executing in the fourth quarter from the start of training camp is what we need to do so that we're ready for Texas.
So what I'm hearing from you is, Depot, this is more of a time on task thing. Like this has to be in game. Like I'm sure you can mirror it to a certain degree in practice.
It's tough.
But to your point about against another opponent, maybe in another venue, it's just a whole nother level. And one thing that stuck with me throughout the offseason is I think their lack of execution late in games against Indiana and Miami.
Yep.
Because when you look at those two games, they only scored a combined 7 points in the fourth quarter of both.
Yep.
And especially in the Indiana game, I didn't think they did the best job of executing in the red zone. That obviously held them back. But I think when I hear Coach Day talk about this, part of it is, for me, the offensive line connected to the run game this year, right? And when you go up against some of those good teams, being able to keep a USC and Mayava off the field, right?
Yep.
Being able to keep Dante Moore off the field. We'll see what Josh Hoover is about over at Indiana, and we know Arch is a talented guy as well. And so when you have those games against those quarterbacks, limiting their shot attempts late in the game too, I think is going to be critical. And so this offensive line coming back with Bo Jackson and the crew behind him, can they move people around late and bleed the clock, Depot? I think that can be part of this as well when Coach Day's talking about being a good fourth quarter team.
Yeah, and I mean, just getting this group last year who I believe really didn't have many opportunities to, like, score in the fourth quarter. I mean, you just go back and scan the schedule, right? Texas, we scored 14 points, we didn't score multiple touchdowns in that game in the fourth quarter. Grambling, we were sitting down by the time, it really mattered. Ohio, really, game was over. Washington really didn't need to score many points, late in the game. We only scored, 10. So how can we score multiple times in the fourth quarter? And it goes to what you're talking about, like pressing the foot on the gas. I mean, we can really dig into this, Matty Ice, and say, hey, like, even in off-season workouts, Mick Marotti could even push buttons on, hey, these last 4 reps, like, we're going to give it our all. Like, we're going to stop and be intentional about making sure our last set is good. Hey, we're doing sprints. We're going to stop and be intentional about making sure this is our best set.
Yeah.
And it can kind of build like that through the offseason. Training camp comes around. Hey, we're going to stop intentional. Like, this is our last set of 7-on-7. We need to be at our best right now, Julian. Like, there's no, like, falling off at the end of practice. We need to be peaking, getting ready. Like, that's one thing I love about Jalen Brunson's performance. Yeah, I know his ankle was hurting, but you can't tell me that they couldn't have swept another team. Like they were playing so well. Like, they had more in the tank, right? And that's how you want to win a championship. Like, nah, we still got more in the tank because we're just in this constant mode of executing late.
I think that's a great point. I think there's a really good point there. Another way, Depot, for me, I think they can get this done. And Coach Day's talking about, if you're just now hopping in, how important he believes the fourth quarters of this season are going to be is really good defensive lines, I think, can do this as well, right? Like, if it's not up to the offense, if it's out of the offense's hands, can you have a defensive line up front that can hunt late in games?
So fun to watch.
It's the best, right? Like, when you're watching, I don't know, like an NFL Sunday and you're watching Myles Garrett or
when the big guys get to dance.
These J.J. Watts at the end of games where everybody in the building knows, and we all know watching, these guys are having an opportunity to tee off, and then they get there. Or they get close enough to the quarterback where they affect the play.
Yeah.
This year's team, there's some unknown there, right? With some guys coming in from the portal. Kenyatta Jackson's building off of a good season last year, but are they going to have that closer on defense too? So we talked about the run game on offense and how they can get it done there. But I think Depot too, if that unit up front led by Larry Johnson as their coach can get into fourth quarters and late in the third quarters, and the opposing offense feels their presence of them getting downhill and creating a whole bunch of, chaos around their QB, that's another way to me to get it done.
Yep, and such an unknown this year. And this is our first time talking about the 2026 teams. And we got a lot of more times to talk about the 2026 teams. So I want to mark this conversation. I feel like we mark these kind of talks every year. And first time really diving into this issue that we'll have a lot of shows. Mind you, the first show where we'll be talking about, can this D-line get after Arch Manning, right? And do we have enough to put pressure on him? And it's going to be a question that happens all year. And then you're going to have to ask yourself, I think our corners are going to be great this year, just like man-to-man. Like, we'll have first-round corners playing, and we'll have good safeties that step up. But that interior of being able to really disrupt the defense is where we need to take a step. And the last time we felt like this was all the way up into the like the Oregon game of 2024, mad respect to Sawyer and Tuimoloau, but those guys were woke up after that game.
Yeah.
And then came the Quinn era strip sack, right? And so we're going to have to test these guys, but I do think there is enough talent. And just Ohio State traditionally, Larry Johnson, like I know, he has a dude over there that like Caden McDonald or Edric Houston that we might not know about, that we're going to get to know a lot this year. And I think Edric Houston will be that guy.
There's been a few of those. There's been a few of those the last few seasons, especially when you mentioned like K-Mac, the interior of this defensive line the last few years, whether it was Tyleek, whether it was K-Mac, there's been guys over the last few seasons, right, to where that offensive line, he can draw those double teams. And if that works out, if that's the case, then you're talking about these pass rushers, maybe stumbling into some nice one-on-one situations. And so these are some of my favorite seasons when we talk about Ohio State ball.
I know what you're talking about.
Or a little
the unknowns.
The unknowns in the summer. It's fun for me. It's always great, right, when we can talk about the guys that we know that are great. That's always cool. But now we live in this college football world to where you can have some of this with guys that are coming in from the portal or at a program like Ohio State, the way that they stack up talent. Some of these guys have to wait their turn. And so that's, I think, what we're going to see this year. But whether it's the back end of the defense with a guy like Earl Little coming in and having to really step into some of the shoes that Caleb Downs left behind, the second level on defense with the linebackers, and that play, as we all know, has been rock solid for the last few years, no doubt, when you look at Sonny Styles, Cody Simon, and that crew, and then up front. But this is one of those years, Depot, to where on either side of the ball, there's a lot of guys that we're going to get to know a lot about early on that we haven't seen play a ton just yet in Scarlet and Gray.
Years like this bring like the Malik Hookers of the world, right? Like where, like we didn't even get to
this guy.
We didn't even get to know.
Is that Ed Reeves out there?
This guy came in and bought it for 1 year. We didn't even get to know him the year before. See the build up. So it will be one or two guys like that will just be one to get to know. And he'll be on his way out. But that's just how stacked the cards are here, position for position, depth chart for depth chart at Ohio State, is that sometimes this is more of a traditional year, like a traditional maturation of the team where guys are coming in their time at, junior C as upperclassmen and getting to play and us getting to know them as fans. And as this type of seasons go on, Matty, it's like the one thing that's like always there is like the constant heartbeat of Ryan Day's teams are like, we'll be in contention. Right? Like I know that. Like I don't know who is going to be out here, but I know there's this team will be in the
They'll be in the mix. They will be in the mix. You brought up Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Depot, I can't wait for Matt Patricia versus Arch Manning round 2 this year. I mean, that is going to be a great chess match because last year it felt like Patricia got the best of him. Like he seemed like he was a little overwhelmed. There's a lot of conversation coming out of that game about, man, Patricia was throwing things at Arch that maybe he hadn't seen.
It was
at this point.
Yeah, he was bullying him.
So now, round 2, what does Patricia have in his bag to where he can throw that at Arch that maybe he didn't show him last year? I just can't wait for that. Like those are some of the matchups within the game that I get excited about, and Arch and where he is with his level of play going into year 2 as a starter, and then Patricia, as we know, that just has so many great things up his sleeve. Sure, he's got something new for him.
Oh man, and that's that level of the game, Matty. It's such a beautiful chess match.
Yeah,
you're talking like adding a guy, getting him the point. Like getting Mike points off. Now you're like off from the beginning, adding in safety. Yeah, like
it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be a good time. What's gonna be great too is talking to Jeremy Birmingham in 2 minutes right here at the Fan. He does great work at Letterman Row and On 3 as well. We'll talk to him about everything we just mentioned and some recruiting stuff as well. We're Rothman and Ice right here on the Fan.
3 decades, one family, and a simple promise to deliver a white glove customer experience every single time. Newman Roofing, locally owned, family operated, and proud to have earned 1,200 5-star reviews from families just like you. Call Newman Roofing today, 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit newmanroofing.com.
Guys, listen up. I found the truck that works as hard as you do. That's the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 at McDaniel GM Superstore. Iceman here with my friends at McDaniel. This month, save up to $13,000 off MSRP or get 0% APR for 60 months or lease for $265 a month for 24 months with $39.98. Due at signing for qualified buyers. See dealer for details. McDaniel GM Superstore is just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion or visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, Together, let's drive.
Spring cleaning is when homes get a new twinkle in their eye,
a new spring in their step,
and new color in their cheeks.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
When that shiny truck from 1-800-GOT-JUNK arrives at your house,
it's a sign of a new beginning,
a clean start,
a breath of fresh air.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit us at 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
America wouldn't be America without Ohio. So this year, while we celebrate our nation's 250th year, let's also celebrate Ohio's vital role in our nation's past, its present, and its future. At America250ohio.org, you'll find events from engaging talks on history to Ohio-related movies to memorable drives around the state. There's so much to discover. So what are you waiting for? This celebration begins at America250ohio.org. Sponsored by the Ohio History Connection, aired by the OAB and this station.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Maddie's favorite show is Big Brother. Don't read into it. He's only watching strangers through hidden cameras. You're listening to Rothman and Creepy Stalker Guy.
Welcome back in. Devere Posey in the house for AR. We added another to the party. In studio right now is Jeremy Birmingham. Does some awesome work with us here at the Fan at Letterman Row and on 3 as well. Birm, happy Friday, my man. How you feeling?
I feel great. It's Friday. How can you not feel great?
No doubt. Living the dream.
Recruiting season is almost over. We've finished up 6 camps in the last 2 weeks. Final official visit weekend underway right now over at the Woody, and getting ready to rock and roll.
So I wanted to ask you about those camps because it's so crazy to me that OSHA has their own camp.
Yeah.
Right. And so this camp this year, I saw OTE Academy was here playing against St. Francis de Sales. So how does this
There's a whole bunch of guys, man.
Yeah.
You've got 7-on-7 teams coming from across the country. You've got schools or programs like 24/7 or 24K is one of the 7-on-7 national brands. They're there. They've got a quarterback from Massachusetts. They've got defensive backs from Florida. They've got running backs from California. So there's no rules. I mean, it's just about whatever. For a lot of these 7-on-7 camps that are occurring around the country, it's like, how do we get kids to come visit? Because we now are in a different era where young players don't want to just come camp. Their families don't have the ability to just take them around the country for 2 weeks and see things. Remember in the old days, like
oh no, that's how the Ghent tour started.
That's how the Ghent tour would go, and they just get on a bus and they drive for 3 weeks. But that just doesn't happen anymore. A lot of unofficial visits are being paid for by schools in certain backhanded ways, and so a lot of times if you're not paying for it, then kids aren't going to visit. So the 7-on-7 stuff is become a little bit more of a window because these big programs are paying for it.
Okay. So, Berm, let's lock in on a prospect with a familiar last name around these parts in Harrison and Jet Harrison, and your understanding of, one, how much of a dude is he? And then 2, where is Ohio State right now amongst the teams that he's really focusing in on?
It's funny because I remember 2 months ago or so, Rivals announced their 2028 top 300, and Jet Harrison was the number 1 ranked player in the country. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know if I buy it. I'm not sure I'm there. Obviously Marv was pretty dang good. His father was pretty good as well. So you expect that there's some genetics to work with. But then you see him on Thursday. He showed up for camp and put in some work, and he's not Marv sized at 6. He's not the 6'4", 220-pounder that Marv was, or junior. Yeah. But, boy, he sure moves like him. He sure looks a lot like Dad, and Dad's a Hall of Famer, and Marv is a top 5 pick in the draft and one of the best receivers that's ever played at Ohio State. So he certainly moves like a guy, acts like a guy. The thing that I'm looking at in a situation like that is, like, his ranking is irrelevant. I mean, if he can play at Ohio State, they've offered, and they have. It's watching him and how he interacts, because his family – obviously exceptionally close with Brian Hartline. They don't really know Cortez Hankton. To see Jet be as comfortable as he was on Thursday, walking around, backpack, just checking out the
He's at
camp.
home, man.
He was at home, and that is the feeling you get. There's other schools in the mix. There's going to be Oregon. He's visited there. He's visited Miami. conversation about Texas getting involved or USC, the schools that traditionally throw the ball a lot and have produced receivers, I guess. Miami continues to say they produce receivers. I'm not sure.
Do they?
I don't know. It's been about 25 years or so since one.
Travis Benjamin was the last one I remember.
What was the last one? Before Andre Johnson? I mean, after Andre Johnson.
Xavier Restrepo broke some records.
I'll give you one. Leonard Hankinson.
Right.
Few and far between, to our point. Right. It's been a minute.
But, those schools are selling a different thing. And I think from an Ohio State fan perspective, a lot of people are going to get a little antsy when they see Oregon and Miami and USC and Texas involved, because then it spins the conversation forward into the NIL stuff. But what those schools maybe don't know is what Ohio State knows about the Harrison family, right? Which is like, that stuff is it. Jet's going to get paid a pretty penny, okay? He's the number 1 ranked player in the country. But that's not where their focus is as a family. If you're
Is Jet going to have more money than Marvin?
I would imagine. Maybe not. Marv does have a top 5 pick contract.
His annual earnings will be on par with Big Bros.
Boy, I don't know. I mean,
even your hesitation, Berm, is crazy.
You just don't know. I mean, anecdotally, he's out there on Thursday, and the top-ranked quarterback in the country in the class of 2028, or at least Ohio State's favorite, it seems like, is this kid named Christopher Vargas, the one that was playing with that 2-4K team. Yeah. And him and Jet took a picture together because they're both New Balance athletes already, right? So they've both got NIL deals and sponsorships through New Balance. So there's things like that you just don't know how much that's actually worth. I mean, we can postulate for Jeremiah Smith, for example, how much money he might make. Yeah. Which is probably annually
over, under, take the over.
Take the over
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, JJ is, and Marv makes a pretty good living in the NFL. But remember when the conversation about Marv coming back to Ohio State, and there were rumors about he's been offered $20 million or something like. Yeah. That was not true, but
from USC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe that's the funny thing. Those stories about like USC going after an Ohio State were about a Mecca. They weren't even about Marv.
Right.
What? Yeah, they were about Mech. They were trying to get Mech with all that money, but
oh my God, no.
Ohio State.
That hurt me right there.
The Wild Wild West out here.
It is Wild Wild West. But Jet Harrison is interested in football.
Okay.
Jet Harrison is interested in being developed. You are not going to win that recruitment if you're Miami or Oregon
with money
and with flashy cars and rolling down a Lamborghini onto the football field while he's on a visit. Like that is just
doesn't move him.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the development, and you brought up Hartline and Cortez Hankton as well. What's your feel on how the wide receiver recruits are, reacting to Cortez Hankton and what he's building here at Ohio State so far?
There's two sides of it. They genuinely really, really like Cortez Hankton. They like his style. They like his personality. He's a guy who played in the NFL. He's been a high level coach. He's produced guys like Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. He's got the
Does
development.
he go all the way back to Jamar Chase?
He was not at LSU with Jamar. He was at Georgia at that point with like George Pickens and those guys. So
Lad McConkey,
et cetera. So
he's coached some dudes.
He's coached some guys, but he doesn't really get a lot of credit for it the way Hart did here.
Yeah.
And so I think because of that, I think there's still a sense of wait and see-ism from some of the younger receivers, but it's also the conversation has changed. And we'll use Monchin Sales, a 5-star wide receiver from Indianapolis, for example, who's 6'5", 205 pounds, number 1 ranked receiver in the country. Ohio State, Indiana, Alabama, Texas, LSU, all in the mix, right? When Brian Hartline was recruiting a guy like that 5 years ago, Brian Hartline didn't have to choose which of his receivers he was going to pay. And so now you've got Jameer Brown committed, who's a new, Ohio 100-meter dash record holder, the 5-star, his own right. Like Jameer's a guy. So he's been committed now for 2+ years. So you have to allocate how much you can put into the resource pool for every position every single year.
Years ahead.
Right, years ahead.
You're looking at 2030 right now.
But even with the guy like Jet Harrison, for example. So you've got Jameer in this class. You just paid a lot of money for Chris Henry. You're going to have some big discussions now with the emergence of Brock Boyd, with the Jaquaden Guilford. You're going to have some discussions. You can maybe have Devin McEwen back. There's other things that are in play. So it's not as easy as it used to be where Brian Hartline could just be like, I want the number 1 ranked receiver, the number 2 ranked receiver, the number 3 ranked receiver, and they're all going to want to come to Ohio State because they're all going to be first-round picks. Kids they can get paid like a first-round pick now, so it becomes less important to be paid like a first-round pick later.
It's a different game, completely different game. Let's talk a little bit about Chris Henry, Berm, and Jeremy Birmingham in studio with us talking all things Ohio State football and recruiting. Berm, Chris Henry and his role this year. We know what number 4 is going to do. It's one of the most dominant offensive weapons in the sport, but opposite him now is this new true freshman coming in that has similar maybe expectations coming out. I don't know if that's fair or not, but just based off of the recruiting and some of the buzz, I don't know if it's the exact same, but Berm, just talk about him in year 1 and what you can envision him doing in this offense.
I think it's important to set a proper expectation for a guy like that. And that's something that even yesterday when we were over at the Schottenstein Center listening to Jake Diebler talk about his expectations for Anthony Thompson or LJ Smith, which is to say they're obviously very highly ranked recruits. You don't want to put a limit on what you think they can accomplish. Like we have high expectations, but to say our expectation is this amount of minutes or this amount of points or this amount of catches for Chris Henry limits them in some way. It also sets them up to be a disappointment if they don't hit those things. Jeremiah Smith was not a normal high school football recruit.
One of one.
I don't care. Yes, he's a 5-star. Yes,
There's only other one that I can mention is like him is Maurice Claret.
It is in that. I mean, you are talking about LeBron James, Michael Jordan type of like superstar.
Yep.
Chris Henry Jr. is a 5-star receiver. He's a very, very good player. His father was a great NFL player. He's played at elite high school programs out at Mater Dei. The best thing for Chris Henry Jr., in my opinion, is that he plays behind Jeremiah Smith, not opposite Jeremiah Smith. Okay?
Absolutely.
Like, you should not, especially with the way this offense looks like it's going to be built, which is the Kyle Parkers, the Devin McEwens, the Brandon Ennis, the Jeremiah in the slot, doing a little bit more stuff with Legend Bay, finding ways to get a little quicker crossing routes, slants, that type of stuff that hasn't really – like, this offense should feel like the Dwayne Haskins 2018 Ohio State offense, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that lends itself to having 2 big X receivers lined up outside, and then you just like this is not Carnell Tate on the opposite side. And Chris had a good spring, really started to ascend. If you see him out at the Woody in these last couple of weeks, like he's putting in the work. He told me on Thursday he's up to 208 pounds, came in at like 190. He looks great, but the best thing for Chris Henry is to not need to be Jeremiah Smith because you can't be. And people are going to necessarily ascribe that to him because of the recruiting pedigree, because of his father, because of the Pat McAfee of it all, the hype after Brian Hartline left. Anybody who expects an impact on the Jeremiah Smith level for Chris Henry is going to be disappointed.
Okay, it's good stuff, Berm. We appreciate you stopping by, my man. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. He's the great Jeremy Birmingham working for us here at the Fan, doing some awesome stuff. Make sure you check out all his work at Letterman Row and On 3 as well. We will come back and round out the first hour of the program with Overs and Unders with Rothman and Ice right here on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Joseph Senta and Dr. Barry Zeta at Ohio Vein and Vascular are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. They can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. 3 locations to serve you at Polaris, Reynoldsburg, and now open downtown. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and summer's here, and it's time to upgrade your ride at Germain Toyota. Whether you're heading to the lake, the ballpark, or your next family road trip, the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra is built for every adventure. Right now, get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months on the 2026 Tundra with vehicles sold at MSRP. That's legendary Toyota quality, power, and capability with an incredible summer offer. Visit Germain Toyota at the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota, your summer starts here. See dealer for details.
There's only one Ozempic. Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Ozempic, you redid your jingle?
Thanks for noticing. Catchy, right?
No.
Okay, then. Well, ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic.
There's only one Ozempic.
I told you it was catchy.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney.
This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
The weather in Central Ohio just got better, so why shouldn't your loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your current loan rate by 2% on autos and toys. Plus, no payments for 90 days on car loans and 60 days on motorcycles, boats, and more. Go to CMEFCU.org today.
Everybody thinks they're a great driver. Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you the chance to prove it. Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's iconic tracks right here in Grandview. Race your friends, join a league, or bring the office out for an unforgettable corporate event. And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great food and drinks here or next door at Agave and Rye. Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who's got what it takes. Book your race today at outlawsimracing.com.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Celebrate Star Spangled Savings with Logan Services. Right now, save up to $3,000 on a qualifying train system. It's hard to stop a train. Free same-day estimates, next-day installation. Logan Services.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett-Jackson in Columbus, June 25th to 27th at the Ohio Expo Center and State Fairgrounds. See hundreds of no-reserve collector cars cross the auction block and sell to the highest bidder, taking a lively exhibitor marketplace. Engage with interactive sponsored displays and enjoy a wide selection of food and drink options. It's an exciting, high-octane event for fans of all ages. Advance tickets on sale now for the world's greatest collector car auctions at barrett-jackson.com.
Dip it, dunk it, smother it. It's queso gone wild at Hothead Burritos. Try our new loaded potatoes covered in queso and topped off with hardwood smoked bacon, burritos, bowls, nachos, and more. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some queso.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube, weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Goodoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, let's lock in. TLC, take over. It is overs and unders time. What do you got cooked up today?
Let me tell you, this is the dog days of overs and unders because it took me all the way up to the buzzer to come up with these. All right, this is a test, so I guess there's a little bit of trivia. When does the NBA draft begin, over, under, next Wednesday?
Ooh. Man, I never know the NBA draft date. I'm going to just say...
Neither did I.
Over. I think it's under.
It does start on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
We have a Tuesday, I think, first round of the NBA draft, and then a Wednesday second round.
You know what's wild about this is supposed to be one of the better drafts we've had in a long time.
Like 96.
Oh, we had Cooper. Let me chill out a little bit. We did have Cooper Flag last year in that draft, but just the amount.
Did you know Cooper was supposed to be in this draft?
Yes, he
like
did.
This draft is
he
crazy.
did. And last year's class, by the way, really like when you have. Nipple popping up and some other guys like making cases of, maybe they should have won Rookie of the Year, but Cooper looked good. This draft.
I mean, like, bro, you can talk Mikael Brown. You can I'm not even talking in Cuff and DeBanto. Like, you get value in Mara from Michigan.
It's good depth in this draft. It's good depth, but I'm surprised the noise isn't louder about this. And we do have a lot going on right now with a major golf tournament this weekend, World Cup going on this weekend as well. But yeah, that's coming at us quick, and it's supposed to be one of the better drafts we've seen in a long time. So I'm looking forward to see how that all shakes out.
All right, that'll get you started on Tuesday. Wednesday will be round 2. I think this is maybe year 2 of them splitting the first and second round on different days.
Which is unnecessary.
But that's been recent. Yeah.
Just knock it out all in one night. What are we doing?
Like, what are you looking forward to in the second round of the draft that you need to like?
Right.
So I don't know.
The only reason why they could get away with it last year is because Bronny James was in it. The intrigue was still there going into round 2. I don't think the intrigue will be there this year because there's no Bronny James or anything like that. But I'll be tapped in for sure to round 1 to see what that looks like.
By the way, do you have the Fan 5K read in front of you?
I can get it.
If the answer is no. Well, the question that I was going to ask, if you had to go for a run tomorrow, which some people will be going for a run tomorrow.
Yes, they will.
I will not be one of them. How long would you last? Over, under 2.5 miles?
He mentioned the Fan 5K. Let me tell you about it right now because you can join us for the Fan 5K presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. It's a 5K run, a 1-mile walk happening this Saturday at Otterbein University in Westerville. You can run a 5K with T-Bone, the 9.71K with Reeser, or the Common Man Mile, sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Or if you're in the mood for a sprint, try to beat Tyvis Powell in the 40-yard dash depot. That's sponsored by Logan Services. Every participant gets a finisher's medal, a race shirt, free photos, and awesome giveaways. The Fan 5K is presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. Sign up today at 971therace.com. Again, that's 971therace.com.
Tyvis better not let a pedestrian beat him in a 40.
There you go. Over under Tyvis Powell's 40-yard dash, 4.48.
Over.
We're not giving him any dad strength here.
Over.
New dad strength.
Dad strength is going to
it's going to weigh him down.
It's going to rip that hammy off the bone. It's so tight. Like, listen, over.
And Tyvis is also Mr. I don't need to stretch.
Over. I want him to go over. I don't want him to go sub 5. He might lose a hammy. He goes sub 5, bro. I'm just telling you.
I think he can get under 4.8.
Bro, you know how fast that is?
I know.
You know how fast that is? Just go to the combine and just look at D linemen as run, like do 5.48. Man, I'm going to say over 4.8. That's a good time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to roll with you on that. Because I'm worried about his training. Has he had time to train?
Listen,
and I don't think he's had the time.
Like,
he's got a new baby.
Like, guys that wake up and run 4.8, like in their late 30s, are guys who are like 4.4 guys. I don't know if Tyvis was a 4.4 guy, 4.3 guy. Maybe.
You think Dane could rip off a 4.8 right now? He's a runner.
Dane?
He's a long distance runner, but he's a runner. I think Dane could rip off a 4.8 right now. Man. Just because he's always doing that.
It's just like, all right, like risk versus reward. Like, just that reward isn't high.
Tyvis ran a 4.46 at the combine.
He might still have a 4.8 in there, but I mean, like, let's just like listen, guys. Like, 0.4 tenths. He only got 0.4 tenths slower.
I will say,
I think he might got like 0.12.
He did weigh 211 at the combine, running 4.46.
Okay,
love Tyvis. Not trying to start a battle or anything. I'm just thinking he's going over.
Okay.
No problem with that. Just asking. How many episodes of Love Island will Maddie watch between now and Monday? Over under 4.5. I think if you get 5, that'll be fully caught up.
Man, so are you guys a Love Island household?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been trying to cram in all the episodes and how they come out. Depot, it's nuts. What do we get? TLC 4 a week, 5 a week sometimes.
At least 4.
It's crazy.
Is this a show that we watched last year when dude ripped his shirt off?
Or was that?
What show was he talking about?
So there was you have to watch your person like go on a date and like
Temptation Island.
So for the folks that don't know what Depot's talking about, Temptation Island, you got a couple.
Yeah.
They go to an island somewhere. They split up, go to different villas. If you're a guy, you go to one villa, there's like 12 to 15 single women there, and vice versa for the women in their villa. Yeah. One of the guys on the show. So what you get to do is it's called a bonfire. So you come together for a bonfire every couple episodes, and you get to see what your partner has been doing in the other villa.
Yeah. And they get to see what you've been doing.
This guy got more than a sneak peek of what his girlfriend was doing because she was getting active.
Then he tried to like run full speed across.
He goes straight John Ross 4.240 at the combine down the beach screaming, and he falls to his knees. And yeah, the viral clip was everywhere last year. It was insane. I am going to go over TLC. I'm going to be caught up by Monday. I'm on episode 12 right now, and you guys are telling me this morning I'll have 4 to watch by the time I get home tonight because there's a new one dropping tonight.
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah, so I'll be caught up.
I was told Wednesdays are the off days.
It's a lot. It's a commitment.
Checks out.
But I'm all in, Depot.
I love it.
Because then you start to get to attach to some of these people like, yeah, you don't want this guy to win, this guy to win. But Yeah, because I know some people that just wait until like all 30 episodes drop.
Yeah.
That's a real commitment as well. So either way, you're caught in a TV show to where you're just going to be overwhelmed with nothing but Love Island.
In today's world, to do that without catching a spoiler is tough.
Oh, my goodness. You just got to stay off social media completely. Got to stay off social media completely. The Las Vegas Raiders have Fernando Mendoza in-house. Where is he at right now? Where's he stacking up in the mind of Vegas when we talk about the Offensive Rookie of the Year conversation? We will get into that next. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing. And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
Are you missing some freeloading buddies in your life? Well, catch Bishop and Friends on The Fan, featuring Columbus sports veteran Bo Bishop.
I have to acknowledge that I definitely had a mullet in middle school.
A man about town. Bo's a father who gives excellent advice.
If you're going to give me a breakfast pastry out of a box, the toaster strudel is significantly superior to the Pop-Tart.
Bishop and Friends, weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. And tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 The Fan.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at tmobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leaf with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
This weekend, the Ultimate Music Fusion takes the stage. Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Grammy Award-winning superstar Wyclef Jean performing live with the Columbus Symphony. From the Fugees to his massive solo career, experience unforgettable mix of hip-hop, reggae, and world music with hits like Gone to November. We trying to stay alive and more. One night only. This Saturday, June 20th at the Columbus Commons. Get your tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com.
Disasters strike, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. Direct Relief delivers. No politics, no red tape. Direct Relief is a lifeline to people in crisis. So check them out at directrelief.org. And if you can, donate.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Anberg. Round 2 of the U.S. Open continues from Shinnecock. Wyndham Clark leads at 6 under, 3 up on Xander Schauffele. NHL, Maple Leafs acquired Lightning defenseman Darren Radish in a sign-and-trade in exchange for a fifth-rounder. Per reports, his deal is for 8 years with an average annual value of $8.5 million. He scored a career-high 22 goals last season. Baseball, Reds visit the Yankees at 7:05. Cincinnati's Rhett Lauder faces New York's Cam Schlittler. Guardians are at the Astros at 8:10. Cleveland's Tanner Bybee faces Houston's Tatsuya Imai. World Cup, U.S. men's national team looks to go to 2-0 in Group D, facing Australia at 3. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Take a vacation from high interest rates with special rates on balance transfers at BMI Federal Credit Union, bmifcu.org/consolidate.
Miss a minute of Rothman and Ice? Check out the podcast.
Type in Rothman and Ice wherever you get your podcasts. Download and subscribe.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2, Javier Posey in the building today. Happy Friday to you all. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys got some fun stuff lined up for the weekend. Depot, what's the weekend looking like for you, my man? What's going on?
Oh, man. So we had actually interesting weekend. We got Father's Day this weekend. Staying away from the golf courses. That's like
where all the dads will be.
That's like going to the mall on Christmas Eve, bro. It's just like, you know, it's going to be packed. Yeah. Like, if you want to play slow golf, go play golf on Father's Day. Mm-hmm. And so, not doing that. So we do that for, we'll see the wife cooks. Tomorrow we got swim. And then it's this thing they do in Cincinnati. It's this alumni challenge thing where, like, LaSalle, we're hosting, like, we play against a GMC team. And so my guy Jordan Crawford puts it on every year. And so we're playing against Oak Hill.
Basketball.
Got you. Last year we played against Fairfield. So I think Moeller is playing against Princeton.
Okay.
But this is a basketball alumni, right? Or guys that have played. And then so it's a GCL team. I think Elder is in it this year. So Elder, Moeller, and us. And then it's like a 4-game thing. But I would probably just support. I told her, I said, the most I got for you is some Josh Hart. Like that's all. Like that's my peak right now. Like I'm
hustle.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Use my fouls.
Yeah.
Get a couple rebounds. Play hard.
Hit some open. If you leave, I'm gonna knock it down.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to back out, but Drew called me out, and he's like, nah, you gotta play.
Pops, you gotta play.
And so it's like I'm like finding myself like afraid of my kid, like, or him calling me out nowadays. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, that's correct. You mentioned Josh Hart, and I need you guys' help with this because I saw something at the Knicks parade that I thought was absolutely ridiculous. And no, it wasn't the 2 women fighting on the light post and one of the women literally twerking on the light post as the other's punching her in the back.
Insane.
That wasn't the craziest
That was also
thing.
ridiculous.
That was wild. But what type of person do you have to be at a parade where there's tens of thousands of people and order food to you at a parade? Did you guys see the video of the
Josh Hart did this?
No, some Knick fan, somebody that was at the parade.
Yeah.
There's a video going around of 2 people that work at Chick-fil-A with the, like, I don't know, the carrier of the food, however they carry their food to deliver on top of their heads, inching their way through this parade to get somebody a to-go order. That's ridiculous.
Only Chick-fil-A would agree to do that.
And they're the best.
That's the whole my pleasure. They'll do whatever.
That's a party foul, right? Asking somebody to deliver you food in that type of crowd?
No. Did you see these fans passing out, man? I need a burger. I'm partying.
You got to take care of that before we go. You got to get fueled up before we go. I just felt bad for the workers. It was crazy.
What's a bigger party foul, that or trying to arrest a player?
That was hilarious.
Tyler Kolek?
Yeah, that was hilarious. But it was so honest because it was like, hey, man, I'm just doing my job. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
He kind of looks like a normal guy. Like, you know, a lot of athletes, like, you run across these guys, you can tell. Like, they just don't look like normal humans.
You can see him in a Wall Street suit, bro. Be honest. Or New York Knicks jersey. You can see him in both. And he knew that.
So for the folks that don't know what TLC and Depot are talking about, Tyler Kolek, I believe played at Marquette, but no, whatever. He's a Knick now.
Baller, lefty. Yeah.
He can go. Absolutely. He hops off of his, the float that he was on to show the fans some love, like wherever one of the barricades were. And he's like giving handshakes to everybody down the line. And then there's like 2 or 3 cops.
NYPD's finest.
That stop him and think he's a fan.
Fresh off a donut. Stops him. Hey, what are you doing, sir? Get back in the crowd.
And he looks at them and he's like, I'm on the team.
I'm on the team, man.
I'm on the team. Yeah, crazy. So, yeah, that was wild. I just couldn't believe that somebody would order food at a parade and make somebody deliver it to them. It was insane. But, yeah, the parade looked like a good time, and that's all behind us now. And they'll try to figure it out and see if they can run it back again. The Las Vegas Raiders and Fernando Mendoza Depot are trying to figure out this situation. I guess that also includes Kirk Cousins. We're going to get into some Offensive Rookie of the Year odds here in a second, but there's a funny audio going back and forth between Fernando Mendoza and Tom Brady, who we know is, part of the ownership group out there in Las Vegas. And TLC, this is at the Combine or the Draft, this interaction that we're going to hear here.
This is his Combine meeting with the Raiders.
So let's play that and see what we got.
How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys. Someone will say hi. Oh shoot! What's up, Mr. Brady? How you doing? Or Tom? How you doing? Yeah, I love it. How you doing? I'm great. I'm blessed here at the Combine right now. Hope we get this interview going. I'm great. Ready for the opportunity. Good. Well, enjoy everybody. Just want to say hi and good luck on everything and just keep being yourself, man. You're doing a great job. Appreciate it. Thank you. God bless. Yeah, same here, babe. Take care. We'll see you soon.
You know what I find funny about that, Depot? To me, what I heard in there is Tom Brady trying to stiff arm his unk status. He doesn't want to be Mr. Brady just yet.
You are Mr. Brady, bro. I saw you win a Super Bowl when I was in the 6th grade.
Correct.
I mean, bro, you're Mr. Brady, Mr. Botox.
To Fernando Mendoza, there's no doubt. To everybody, he should be Mr. Brady with how great he was, but specifically.
Every single quarterback that came out in the draft, that's Mr. Brady.
Mr. Brady. Yeah. You couldn't have walked into a better situation, though, if you're Fernando Mendoza.
Absolutely.
As far as guidance, like in year one, Kirk Cousins, Tom Brady, that's going to be. What do you feel about how you think that's going to unfold with Cousins and Fernando Mendoza? Because they paid Kirk Cousins some decent money. It's nothing crazy. Yeah. But what do you think about that quarterback situation for Mendoza in year one?
Being that it's Clint Kubiak, let's just stop there. The quarterback room trio support of making sure the head guy has everything he needs, almost like the CEO's, CFO or, COO, like making sure the CEO has everything he needs. Clint Kubiak comes from that in his household. Gary Kubiak backed up John Elway. Gary Kubiak left that job, became the offensive coordinator with Mike Shanahan to help John Elway win a Super Bowl, right? And after that, he started coaching trees with Kyle Shanahan. And so I'm real sensitive to this offense because this was the first NFL offense that I learned was a Gary Kubiak offense. And when I tell you it's so big on reads, hey, this is a coverage. The coverage is decided before the play. So basically which side you're going to pick based off the coverage. We're going to go and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 down. We're going to normally work, high to low. It's a lot of big play action. You need a big running back. Genty's going to have a bigger year this year. And I think understanding this system, you put Clint in place, Cousins in place, and then you have Brady, who's in a position that understands quarterbacks need to develop. You have a great marrying for awesome quarterback support for Fernando Mendoza, for the CEO that's going to be the team. Like, he has a lot of wisdom at his fingertips.
Yeah, you know what else I like? And that was a great breakdown by you of everything that he's going to be dealing with as far as the offense he's going into. Another thing that I like for Fernando is Tyler Linderbaum being his starting center, right? One of the most coveted free agent,
Ravens guy,
former Raven, but he got paid a boatload of money, right? He was probably the most coveted offensive lineman in the free agency class, and you have him at that position, which we hear about all the time, but just how much is on the center's plate, right? And so if he can handle that, which he can, and take some of that off Fernando Mendoza's plate as well to get him going, I think could be a nice benefit to all the stuff that you mentioned. So when we look at the odds for offensive rookie of the year, tied for first is both Jeremiah Love and Fernando Mendoza. I don't really like the situation Jeremiah Love is in right away, just because they paid Tyler Algier. They still have James Conner in the mix. And so I don't know if he's going to have all the at-bats you would want to bet on Jeremiah Love in year one to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So you have Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, plus 430 Depot. Tie for second is Jordan Tyson, wide receiver down in New Orleans, coming out of Arizona State. And then the former Buckeye and Carnell Tate at plus 650 as well in Tennessee. So between Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate, when you look at Tyson down there in Nolans with Tyler Shuck and Chris Olave, and then Carnell Tate now being attached to Cam Ward down in Tennessee, do you like one of the wide receivers more than the other as far as what this could look like for them in year one?
Man, this is tough because I'm trying to think back on the last 10 offensive rookies of the year. It really hasn't gone running back's way, right? Who's the last running back? I'm leaning heavy quarterback, heavy wide receiver. Just in today's football, just from a standpoint of that. But then also just having deep talks about, do big backs outside of Derrick Henry, is he the last of the big backs? And I would put Jeremiah Love more in that category, like a bigger back category. And the reason why is because he's over 6 foot. I think the best running back approach as of recent has been a boom and zoom approach, a Sonic and Knuckles approach.
Up there in Detroit, David Montgomery and Gibbs.
Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram approach, and I think you get the most out of your backs in that 2-back split system. I just wonder, does Jeremiah Love, have enough opportunities in that room to take over from that standpoint?
I'm not seeing it.
Lean heavy quarterback, heavy wide receiver.
And that's before we even get to out in Arizona, Trey McBride, one of the best tight ends, Marvin Harrison and Michael Wilson at receiver that had a good year as well. I actually think as far as value goes for
there
offensive
we go. I know where you're going with this, and I support this already. I'm reading your mind.
His former teammate, Jadarian Price, fellas, at plus 900, who is going to be the guy in Seattle. That's where the value is for me when we talk Offensive Rookie of the Year. That feels much better than Jeremiah Love in the situation he's in. And so Jadarian Price, first-round pick for Seattle.
You talking about the guy that wears no gloves?
I don't think – is he a no-glove guy?
No.
I don't think he's a no-glove guy.
He's an ankle sock guy.
You don't like that.
Ankle sock guy?
Or a points doc there. It's tough.
Jadarian Price is immediately going – now, I think Charbonnet is still there, but – they lost Kenneth Walker to Kansas City.
Yep.
But Jadarian Price, not as good of a running back as Jeremiah Love, however, is going behind a much better offensive line than Jeremiah Love will be. So,
and you mentioned Charbonnet, TLC. When is he going to be at full tilt, right? We don't know with him coming back from that injury. So I like Jadarian Price, fellas, at plus 900.
I like that too.
I think it's really good right now, and I don't think that value will get better as we get closer and closer to the season, because I think he'll start to pop off a little bit in training camp, and you won't be able to get that plus 900. So for Jeremiah Love, I don't see the at-bats. Fernando Mendoza may have to wait some time. The wide receiver value I like a little bit, but Jadarian Price is really jumping off the page for me right now. Coming up next, it's Friday. It's our second segment of the second hour. It's time for Under Pressure. We'll lay them out for you after the break. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Thinking about making the switch to hybrid or even all electric? Germain Honda of Dublin has you covered. Explore the Honda hybrid lineup, including the Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. Or experience Honda's all-electric Prologue SUV. You'll get the efficiency you want, the reliability Honda is known for, and great offers available across the lineup. See why more Central Ohio drivers are choosing Honda electrified vehicles at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road or online at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Dip it, dunk it, smother it. It's queso gone wild at Hothead Burritos. Try our new loaded potatoes covered in queso and topped off with hardwood smoked bacon, burritos, bowls, nachos, and more. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some queso.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store, and my journey continues. No more agony of defeat. Already this season, I've walked 18 holes twice and lived to tell the story. My personally fit arch supports go where I go. And in this case, right into my shoes, all of them. I just pop them in any pair and off I go. Just having that support and the stability has made a world of difference for me. A while back, I walked into the Good Feet store and walked out with an entirely new outlook. And I knew it right away. After taking the test walk around the store, I felt the difference. And not just that cushy feeling. I'm talking about real support, the kind that makes you feel aligned. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I experience it daily. I really feel my personally fit arch supports guide my feet into their ideal position. You can make an appointment online or just stop into the Good Feet store in Grove City or on Polaris Parkway in Westerville. Get started at goodfeet.com.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
The Fan has a secret radio station. It's called The Fan 2. You can listen to the Bob and Tom Show, Jim Rome, and Buckeye stuff. Why do they pay me big money to whisper? The Fan 2 is on the Fan's HD2 channel and streaming on the Fan app. You're welcome. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine in our forecast today as temperatures soar into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon with breezy winds. Then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows in the 50s. For Saturday, we will see mostly sunny skies with some spotty showers and storms. We'll have a little bit of a breeze with highs right around 80 degrees. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free sale. Visit windownation.com now.
All right, let's get into it. Depot, you want to lead us off this week? Devere Posey, you want me to lead it off? Yep. I will lead it off this week. I think this is a very, very critical time for one front office in the NBA, and it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Because it feels to me like the Giannis trade stuff is as real as it has ever been. You got Wendy really tapping into a whole bunch of stuff, mentioning the Celtics, which I think is really interesting.
Yep.
The Miami Heat, maybe the Cavs as well. But when you're going to move on from an all-time talent that brought a championship to your city, you have to make sure that this return sets you up for success right away. And Depot, I think they got to identify two things. Right now, talent, somebody people can come out and watch immediately next year that can get buckets and do some high-level things for them, but also really key draft assets for the future. That way, this doesn't take very long. Moving on from Giannis sucks. In a similar way we talked about with the Browns moving on from Myles Garrett, it just feels like it's time. There's been so much smoke about this all last year, right? Yep. Giannis playing games to the media and then kind of backtracking on some of his actions. All of it was just odd. It feels stale. I can't wait to see where he goes. I think it's going to be great for the league. But for this front office, who's in a smaller market, you're not a free agent destination. So when you make moves like this, you have to knock it out of the park, or you really are setting your franchise back for a long time. And so I just think there's so much pressure on them in these next couple days going into the draft and coming out of the draft on Tuesday and Wednesday to make sure that the return that they get sets them up for a nice future. So I'm going the Milwaukee Bucks front office, Depot, putting them on the pressure list, I think, going into a huge historical weekend for them.
I love that. I mean, I've heard talks about Miami. You know, obviously, I think it's still East Coast that he stays on. I'm interested does his brother's name go across the ticker? But I'll leave that alone.
You know his brother is going to be with him wherever he goes. One of the best jobs in the whole sport. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, who does nothing but hype up his teammates.
His brother.
His brother, specifically. He's probably making high six figures, maybe a couple $1 million to be a hype man.
Man, you got to love it. There's not NBA cheerleaders on most teams, but he has that job. So I got Zach Taylor right now with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I know we're like going into the season, but it's just safe to say that to me, we cover sports in Ohio. I can't think of a seat any higher in professional sports within my like 3-hour diaspora. You know, I think the Colts coach is good. I think Mike McCartney is good. I even think Andrew Berry and some of the moves they've made with the Browns, I've been actually kind of impressed with how they've got out this dumpster fire.
And it's crazy
to put it out.
How you can, for me, and I'm just speaking for me only, you can lose a player like Myles Garrett, and I don't feel like all hope, everything's
won
lost.
That train. No, they won that trade.
Okay.
They won it.
I'm in on Jared Verse. I like the draft. I to me view that as they got 2 first-round picks back. And then the other draft capital, because Jared Verse is that.
And Jared, right. So, and then you got some late picks that could come through too.
I'm with you. If Andrew Berry, if we watch this draft class, Boston, Concepcion, Fano,
he's knocked the draft out the last 3 drafts.
You get 2 to 3 more guys that can be key contributors for you from this class, then you're talking about one of the better young cores in the sport.
Yep.
Seriously. Like, that's where we're going to be at if they hit on a couple of those guys this year, because last year's class, we kind of know there's some dudes there. The quarterback thing is the quarterback thing, and they have to get that right. But it's because there's some people that subscribe to the theory of build the roster, then drop the quarterback in. Right. I don't necessarily love that. But this is, I think, where the Browns are going to be headed to, where they're going to have a roster that's going to be appealing. And if there is a good quarterback that hits the market, you could go that route or maybe drop the young guy in there. But Zach Taylor, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Browns real quick. You get the capital and you save the money because Verse isn't up until following season. So you can do some things there with some offensive playmakers. We'll see how it goes next season. But Coach Taylor, you got Joe, you got Jamar, you ain't got Dex. You let your boy Trey go. And I know you're pretty happy about that. You have a healthy T. And, we're not dealing with any contract stuff in the preseason. We said, hey, we're going to make sure this time is used to maximize training camp. We want 8 weeks of R1s getting every rep they can healthy on the same, because when you start, they haven't had a season together where they've all started healthy since the Super Bowl run, bro. And so you got to put that pressure on him. Obviously, you know where I'm from. You know I have some type of incentive to make sure that these Bengals are good, because my aunts and my uncles, they love to cheer for this team now. And so I hope that Coach Taylor gets it right.
What did you think of Joey B's comments about comparing this year's team to the 2019 LSU National Championship squad he was a part of? He's that high on this year's roster right now.
I think that 2019 had the playmakers, you had the fast running backs, and then you had the defense. And I think what Joe might be alluding to is maybe how he was feeling going into the season, right? And like how he was perceiving this. I got all my weapons. I got every tool, and I'm healthy, and we're in a good spot, and everybody's paid. Nobody's unhappy. So, when all of those things line up, but there does come pressure with that, man. I mean, like, you have all these things lined up, Joe, but, like, if you guys don't deliver, is it time to blow this thing up?
It's crazy when it comes to Joey B, the range of the emotional roller coaster we've gone on with him. Because just think about last year where he was talking to the media about, I'm not and I'm paraphrasing to a certain degree, I'm not the happiest guy. I want to get my joy. Like, there was that tone, right, from Joey B last year. And then we flipped the page, and this is the second time I've heard him talk about how much he believes in this year's roster. So if you're a Bengal fan, that's incredible, right? Because it felt to me like this guy was like, okay, like looking around and saying, do I really believe in what we have going on? It seems like that's the case right now. Second candidate for me, it's Brendan Sorsby. What are you going to make of this mess? Because that's what it is. It's a mess he's leaving behind, right, in the college football landscape. Depot, I think this guy's getting a lot of what he could possibly want. I don't know if he's getting everything, but it seems like he's getting a lot. And so now he's going to have a pro day here in the next couple of weeks. There's reports out there that every team in the NFL is going to be at this pro day. But now he's got an opportunity to get to the NFL quicker than he thought he could have, avoid some type of injury. Like, obviously that's in play. You go out there and play a whole season at Texas Tech, you never know what could happen. But now he's going to come into this situation with a team that clearly is going to give him a chance. But he's got a lot of convincing to do, I think, over the next few weeks as well, going into this supplemental draft. And so I think there's a lot of pressure on him to showcase not really who he is as a quarterback, but more so who he is from the neck up. Because I think that's a tough sell to prove to somebody that I'm done with that. My gambling addiction is no longer.
Have you ever had to shake gambling?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big gambler,
listen,
man.
Bro, listen. It's a hard thing to shake. It's tough to shake. I mean, you see people struggling with it all the time, man. And I think with the NFL, integrity is a pre-draft question. And for the position of quarterback, it's probably one of the top 5 questions. Yeah. Like we're going to have more integrity questions about a quarterback versus a D lineman.
No question. There aren't a lot of teams that want to sign up to have the face of the franchise be a guy you got to worry about at night or worry about at really any point in time.
Or a guy you got to worry about that didn't fit it in the window because he got it on the under. Okay?
Correct.
And so you have to, then there's breaking down his games and being like, well, is he over this? Is he more of a player than what he really let out? Mm-hmm. And so interesting about the supplemental draft where I think he has an opportunity, Matty. You might have got a team like the Arkansas quarterback. Can't remember his name right
Ryan
now.
Mallett?
No, that came out this last year. The 6'6" guy got drafted in the 4th round. Yeah, Green.
With the Browns.
Okay. He shows up. You might not like a guy like that. Or you might not like Haynes King or what you saw in OTAs. But you were high on Sorsby next year. Are you willing to say, I'm willing to spend a 3rd round draft pick right now before this guy, becomes this? And essentially, that's what it's costing the teams is up to that pick. And so I'm interested to see it, but I love that pick for under pressure. I wanted to give you one more, and I think like this is like prevalent and it's known, and I just want to bring it back to the forefront of everybody's mind checks. Bill Belichick is under pressure again this year, man. I mean, and it's really at a point to where like you might see a mid-season firing if it doesn't like turn out the way it's supposed to be.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. At this point last year, there was more conversation about his girlfriend than football stuff.
And I remember the more money requested in the interview process for his son to come on board. And we were wondering like, well, how long are we going to, really stay in this position? And then you just say, hey, I'm North Carolina. I want to be able to take advantage of this ACC that's wide open right now.
Yeah, I hope he can figure it out, because I think that would be fun to be talking about that brand with that head coach being in the mix. To your point, in a conference right now that's not really loaded top to bottom. You got Miami up top, who's been doing some good things, but they're hoping that in their neck of the woods they get some more depth down there. In the ACC, there is under pressure for this week. Coming up in 2 minutes, Brendan D covers the NFL really well over at The Score. We'll get his take on Browns, Bengals, and a lot more, so don't move. We're Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Happy Father's Day month.
You know what, Jerry? I grew up with a single mom, so it's always been important to me to be the best dad I could be.
You install air conditioners in people's homes, Aaron. That literally makes you the cool dad. Get it?
Get Eco.
Did you just call a guy with an HVAC company a cool dad? That really is a dad joke.
Get Eco.
A cool dad like you can install a new air conditioner that makes the whole family cool.
Well, a really cool dad would repair the air conditioner they have.
And leave more money for Father's Day presents.
With our AC Repair Buyback program, we'll even credit you any money you spend on the repairs against the purchase of a new system, if you change your mind and replace it.
Get Eco.
Hypothetically, Aaron, what does a guy like yourself look for in a necktie?
I don't wear ties, Jerry, and I'm certainly not your dad.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and cool dad HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Life is full of uncertainties. You can't control the economy, the prices at the pump, or the grocery store, and you certainly cannot control the weather. But the one thing you can control is your home's efficiency and comfort. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us help you take back control of your home by insulating your walls with our premium foam. You give us a call today, we'll come out, we'll insulate your walls, and we'll throw in your attic for free. So give us a call today, 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Hey, Columbus, what if you could buy a new Ford at the exact price a Ford employee pays? No markup, no haggling, just straight employee pricing for everybody. Right now, Capital Ford of Columbus, get that deal on almost every new F-150, Super Duty, Explorer, Mustang, and more. That's thousands in savings on Capital Ford's best-selling trucks and SUVs. This deal will expire soon. Come to Capital Ford of Columbus today and drive home happy with employee pricing. Visit CapitalFordofColumbus.com today, where we are priced for you.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony once ran the table on the World 9-Ball Champion. Coincidentally, Maddie is out looking for a magic 8-ball. Signs point to this is Rothman and Ice.
Welcome back in. Going to light up right now the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline and bring on one of our favorites. He is Brendan Deeg, NFL news editor over at The Score. Make sure you follow him on X at Brendan Deeg _. Brendan, happy Friday, brother. How are you today?
My guys, it's been a while. Great day to be great. How we doing?
Doing well. I got Devere Posey in the house with me right now. Let's start in Cincinnati, because I'm sure you saw Joey B's comments about his belief in the 2026 Cincinnati Bengals, comparing them a little bit to the 2019 LSU Tigers that are one of the best college offenses and teams we've seen in a long, long time. So when you look at where Cincinnati is at the moment on paper, Brendan, do you believe in them as much as Joe Burrow currently does?
Man, he's been talking a lot this offseason. Like, this is like the LSU comments was like, I think it was like every press conference, minicamp and OTAs. Like, he's been hyping up his team and he's excited. I think they 100% have a chance to kind of get back to maybe the 2021, maybe like not make a Super Bowl, just be as good as a team there. Like, if Joe healthy, the offensive line, in my opinion, is better. And then, of course, the defensive additions, like, adding Dexter Lawrence to that team can, like, a guy like a Miles Murphy take a step up. I'm bullish on DJ Turner for it. I think DJ Turner has a chance to be one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL. I do like the additions they made. I thought it was actually interesting. Katie Blackburn, she's the executive VP there. She had some comments earlier this week just talking about bringing back Zach Taylor and Duke Tobin. And she kind of basically said, like, it's almost like similar to like a 1-year window. Like, they deserve another shot. But she wouldn't like fully confirm like this is like the long-term plan here. So the amount of pressure that's on Zach Taylor and Duke Tobin to kind of make the playoffs and maybe win a playoff game is a lot. We know the Cincinnati Bengals are kind of interesting franchise. They're frugal. They don't spend a lot. They have spent a lot this offseason. Like trading for Dexter Lawrence is kind of something that they haven't done, that organization, in a while, trading a high-end draft pick for a player and paying him money. So the coaching staff, general manager's under a ton of pressure, and Joe Burrow is also under a ton of pressure. So, yeah, to answer your question, I do believe that they're a contender in the AFC, but I think a lot of it has to do kind of with health. If Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins can stay healthy, will go a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to ask you, Brendan, about just the quarterback development of these second-year guys, and then also I would throw Malik Willis in this. As first-time full-year starter. Out of Cam Ward, him, and the Saints, who do you believe has the best year, Tyler Sloth and those guys?
I'm really, maybe not excited, but I'm really, one of my favorite, or one of the things I'm looking forward to the most this season coming up is the Tennessee Titans offense at Cam Ward. How is this all going to look? If you look at, the pass-catching options that he had last year, it was not pretty. If you watch a lot of those games, if you watch, kind of down the stretch, the last, 4, 5, 6 weeks of Cam Ward, he was running for his life. The offensive line wasn't holding up. There was a lot of drop passes. He had no help, and you can see the talent there. You can see the arm strength, the potential for him. And I'm just really curious how this is all going to play out, because look, I think Brian Daboll did a great job in Buffalo, but we've seen him be an offensive coordinator without Josh Allen as his quarterback, and ever since he's been a play caller without him, it hasn't really lived up to the hype. So can Brian Daboll kind of take this Tennessee Titans offense to the next level? And I think they did a great job in the draft by getting him a wide receiver at the top. I would have done the exact same thing. So my answer would be Cam Ward. That's the one I'm most excited for. That's one I think has the highest potential to kind of take a big year 2 leap.
Brendan Deeg from The Score joining us here on The Fan. We're talking all things NFL with him. Let's go up to Cleveland, because Depot and I, Brendan, were talking about the Browns and what Andrew Berry is building, or has been building, over the last couple of all season. Last year's draft got some good returns immediately from Schlesinger and that crew. Now this year on paper, some people really like what the draft looks like, but that's all it is on paper. And so the direction of where Cleveland is headed, how do you feel about that coming out of the whole Myles Garrett trade and everything going on at the moment?
Well, question for you guys. You guys are in the area. This is kind of your team. How is the fan base and how is everyone taking the Myles Garrett trade? I'm curious.
Initially, when it happened, obviously you lose an all-time great. There's not going to be a ton of people on board. And I think where some of the uncertainty lies for people, Brendan, that I've talked to, is Jared Verse and what is he really and what will he be, right? Because he's the guy that has to fill those shoes. And so the Browns fans that I've talked to feel pretty good about the draft capital, but it's what is Jared Verse going to be for us right now? That's kind of the biggest question. That's my vibe on it.
Yeah.
So I love the trade for them. I haven't been on the station since this happened, so we'll kind of rewind a little bit here. I thought it was great value. I think Jared Verse is an awesome player to get back. If you were to, let's say you were to get 2 first-round picks in a second, or maybe 3 first-round picks, your first-round pick hit rate is what, 50%, maybe a little lower than that. If you're picking it towards the top of the draft, Jared Verse finished 6th in NFL pressures last year. Just kind of behind Myles Garrett. This is a guy that can get after the quarterback. He has a ton of stats. He has a good pressure rate too. This isn't just a full-on body work. His pressure rate's also high. I think just adding him in to that mix with the first-round pick on top of it, I think that is an awesome return. You get a proven value there, and I think this was the time to sell if you were Cleveland. I thought they should have traded Myles Garrett last year potentially, but he was so good this year where you could still get the same value because he's an aging asset, and we know Cleveland this is going to take a year or 2 or 3 to kind of get into the playoffs and be a contender. So I personally was a huge fan of the Myles Garrett trade. I think Cleveland fans should be happy with the return. And yeah, I think it's all going to come down to quarterback. Now, the other part of the Myles Garrett trade is it gives you ammo as well to potentially go get a quarterback next year. Now, there's also is Shedeur Sanders the guy? Who is he the future? I'm pretty confident saying that Dylan Gabriel is not. We'll see if he even makes the team. So Like, it's all going to come down to what the quarterback position is going to look like. That's going to be Eric Berry's last swing here. Like, he's been a general manager for a while now. I think Cleveland fans as well, like, are kind of maybe like waiting for him. Like, you have 1, 2, 3 more years to get it done, and I believe that's the runway he'll get. So it's all going to come down to quarterback swing, and I do believe Deshaun Watson will be the Week 1 starter. It sounds like Shedeur Sanders is kind of making it closer than everyone anticipated maybe a month ago, but Eric Berry has one more swing, and it's going to be whoever the quarterback is that they take in 2027 or get next year.
Absolutely love that. So just remaining NFL free agents, a little bit of supplemental question. This is always like an interesting time for me, for veterans to sign or to say, hey, listen, I'm going to wait till somebody pulls a hammy, twists an ankle in that first week of month of September, and then I'll sign, and like the picture will be a little bit more clear, less competing. What are the chances Jadeveon Clowney, Bosa, Stephon Diggs, and those guys get picked up here soon? And then also this Brendan Sorsby stuff, right? Like, how are NFL execs really going to evaluate this kid with his supplemental draft workout coming up?
Yeah, I'll start with the Sorsby thing because I got takes on this one quickly here. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills with some people saying like people are going to use a first and even a second round pick on it. Maybe that's what ends up happening. Like, I think a second round is like the upper ceiling here because all it takes is one team, right? All you need is one team to kind of have belief here, and no one else takes a second round. You get them. Like, it's the supplemental draft. It's very interesting where like all it takes is one team to believe in that, and then you get that player at that price. I like Brendan Sorsby as a prospect. I think he's fine. But I think he needed another year in college. If you watch the Cincinnati tape, it was a lot of one read and tuck. And I don't think his athleticism is going to kind of pan out to the NFL. Like, I think he's a good athlete, but I don't think he's like this crazy quarterback athlete with a ton of speed, like even close to like a Jaden Daniels, for instance. He doesn't run with a lot of physicality as well. Like, I don't know how well that his athleticism is going to translate to the NFL. And like, he has a lot of work to do in the pocket. Like I said, it was a lot of like one tuck. His read isn't there. He tucks it and goes. Like, I think he really needed another year in the NFL. And like, if he was a first round pick, he would have entered the draft, right? Like, why wouldn't he have entered the draft in 2026 if his agent told him, hey, teams are looking at these first round picks? Like, I don't buy that a team's getting a first round pick. I think he ultimately goes for a third, or my best guess is a fourth. Which team? I think he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or an Arizona Cardinal if I was to take a guess. But it could be like another team, like for instance, the Kansas City Chiefs, right? If you get them in to develop them, it's tough to say which team. But the two like quarterback needy teams for like next year or going forward with like that doesn't have a ton of capital would be the Steelers and Cardinals for me. And then a free agent. The other part of your question, I think Stephon Diggs, that's the one that I'm watching the most because your wide receiver position is fun. Like, it's tough to predict what Jadeveon Clowney, and I don't know what's going on with Joey Bosa. I don't understand why he hasn't signed yet, but I think Diggs is going to be a Washington Commander. He's talked about it, that he wants to go home and play. He's from there. He has Commanders ties or Washington ties. And if you look at the Commanders wide receiver depth chart right now, like they arguably have the worst weapon group in the NFL, and they could desperately need one. Like they're kind of waiting out for Brandon Ayuk. I don't think that's going to end up happening. Like, I don't know when the 49ers are going to release him and how that's all going to play out. So if you have an opportunity to go get Stephon Diggs, who had 1,000 yards last year, he was inefficient, and you can drop him in to be a number 2 receiver, and that pushes Luke McCaffrey and Antonio Holmes down that depth chart, I think the Commanders should do it.
Brendan, in our last minute, we were looking at some of the offensive rookie of the year odds for the upcoming season. We were looking at a couple of the wide receivers tied for second, according to Vegas. And Jordan Tyson and Cardinal Tate at plus 650. If you had to do a little sprinkle on one of those guys financially to win this award at the moment, which wide receiver do you feel better about to possibly win that award?
Yes, we were talking with the Tennessee Titans earlier. I think they did a great job drafting Cardinal Tate, and I think if there's like a fantasy sleeper, that's not going to go high. Like, I know Cardinal Tate's not for a sleeper name, but I love his value in fantasy, and I love potential for him to have like 1,000 yards next year. Like, just if you look around that room, like they don't have Tony Pollard's been a solid running back, but I think they're going to be more pass happy offense too. Like, Wan'Dale Robinson to me is not going to be the 140 target guy he was with the New York Giants. We don't know what Calvin Ridley's going to be, so I would put Cardinal Tate. I think that is a solid bet. I think he's going to have a solid season. I'm big on Cardinal Tate as like a wide receiver. One potential you can get in fantasy kind of down the board.
It's going to be fun. As you know, man, we appreciate your time as always. Love chopping it up with you about everything happening around the NFL. Have a great weekend, my man, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.
You guys are the best. Enjoy your weekend.
Appreciate you. He's Brendan Deeg from The Score joining us via the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coming up next, Depot, this is a very memorable day for Cleveland sports fans. We will tell you why and remind you why after the break. It's Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Wake up with The Fan. Eat lunch with The Fan. Go to bed with The Fan. Dream about The Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
There's only one Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic, and I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Ozempic, you redid your jingle?
Thanks for noticing. Catchy, right?
No.
Okay, then. Well, ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic.
There's only one Ozempic.
I told you it was catchy.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile. Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Get 0% financing for 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons. Only at Great Lakes, Columbus, or Dublin, or glakeshyundai.com. Approved A1 credit. Up to 30K finance only. Plus qualified trade. N76.
Some things shouldn't change. The smell of coffee on a Saturday morning, a handshake that actually means something, a neighbor you can count on. For more than 30 years, Newman Roofing has been a part of this community, and this community has been a part of us. We're family-owned, locally operated, and proud to serve the same neighborhoods we live in ourselves. Every roof we install is built to last. Every home we step into, we treat like our own. Every family we serve, we treat with respect. That's the Newman way. And along the way, more than 1,200 homeowners have trusted us enough to leave 5-star reviews. To us, that says one thing. Treating people right never goes out of style, because excellent customer service isn't a thing of the past. It's our promise to keep doing things the right way. 3 decades, one family, a whole lot of neighbors who have become friends. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com.
Bishop and Friends.
You can't bring that up in our house. I don't want to hear about it, and certainly my wife doesn't want to hear about it. So we're just going to act like it's not going to happen and then deal with it.
The days are long, the years are fast, right?
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
Happy Friday, folks. We love you. Appreciate your time, as always. DeVere Posey in the building today for AR. Depot, 10 years ago to the day is when the Cleveland Cavaliers were crowned as NBA champions, and they got there by crawling out of a 3-1 lead. And it's crazy because, that graphic always pops up. They are the exception to teams that are down 3-1 that find a way to come back and win the chip. The only team to do it.
Yep.
Only team to do it. But here we are. And it's crazy that this has been 10 years already since that happened. But that was one of the more entertaining teams. We were talking about that team during one of the breaks and how fun they were and how it just kind of all came together.
Yeah.
And then the icing on the cake is just how you won that championship. And then you got this. Guess I should turn it on. There you go. Thank you, TLC. That moment right there is just going to stick with everybody for the rest of their lives. But that moment's going to live on for the history of basketball. But here we are today, Depot, 10 years to the date, exact day of when the Cleveland Cavaliers won that NBA championship.
And on top of that, that was like one of the best teams in NBA history, coming off the best record in NBA, like better than Jordan's record. And then also to my Jordan buffs, I don't want to rub any feathers, but I do want to mention Kyrie didn't win that series. Kevin Love didn't win it. All this, Bron had help, and the man averaged 40. Down 3-1, averaged 40, and came back and won. Now, you go back and watch those last 8 minutes. I love just watching the last 8 minutes of that fourth quarter because you talk about each possession matter, like each possession mattered. Like every cut was hard. It was. And these are like all dudes out there, young Klay Thompson, young Draymond, and man, like the level that basketball was at, and that's what I love about championships. You even go back to some of these Spurs, Knicks. Those games are under 100, or right at 100.
The halftime score of the final game was nasty work. I think it was 37-42, one of those halftime scores for the final two games of the Spurs Knicks. Nasty work.
That's great deep, but that's the type of deep, that's what we want to see all year round. So you have to just really appreciate it when they're playing, when pros are playing that hard and that score is down, the shots aren't falling, and you're wondering why pressure's so high. And you go back to those last 3 minutes of that game. It's marvelous to watch.
If you're a Cleveland sports fan, the Cavs fan specifically, and looking for some nostalgia, go find Kevin Love's socials right now, because if you don't know, the gang is back together. You have the 2016 championship Cleveland Cavaliers team who has been going on this journey, I think, just somewhere in some other country, somewhere right now, Depot, playing golf together. We saw over the last couple of days.
They're in London, I think.
They're in London. Okay, it was like LeBron and Kevin Love and Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye and J.R. Smith. And then today we saw that Iman Shumpert and Matthew Dellavedova joined the party as well. So these guys are having the best time, one of the best times of their lives right now. It's cool to see, man, these guys just come back together, because it meant so much to that city specifically, not only winning a championship, but how they won the championship and who they beat to get that championship. Because during that window of time, you really couldn't find in the world of sports a better, quote, rivalry that was that hot, with the guys at the peak of their powers playing for championships, right? Like, that's what it's all about. Like, a lot of people you look at the Spurs and OKC and where they are, and we went through that regular season of the Spurs kind of bodying OKC.
No, you're so right. I mean, I remember how good that Golden State team was.
Legendary, man.
And so when they beat the Celtics recently, they got that old man chip.
Yeah.
I told my son, he said, you're rooting for the Golden State? I thought you hated him. And I was like, listen, man, I've rooted against this team for years.
Yeah.
And it was so agonizing to just be against a Steph Curry 13-0 run that had happened in 2 minutes.
Every third quarter, it felt like. Every third quarter. You're just bracing yourself for it.
Oh, and then what would kill me about that, I can live through a Klay and Steph back-to-back three, but if you throw Iguodala and Draymond in there, hit one, and then Livingston might come in and then hit three,
Painful.
and you're like,
Those are painful.
That team was so tough to root against that I actually rooted for them when they beat the Celtics because I was just like, I just want to see what this feels like. But that time frame in life was so like each possession, each time Steph got open, you're like, oh, it's a make. And it was so hard.
It was awesome, man. Because you know when you get to that point, you're so familiar with a certain opponent, right? You're not going to be too surprised by something new from them. So that is just your best versus my best, and may the best man and team win. And we got to see that for a while. But the Game 7 was historic. You touched on the record, 73-9 for Golden State. You have to go into their building as well.
And win that game.
Best
team in NBA history. Come on now.
And get it done. Final score of that, 93-89. So grinding each other down, you know what I mean, to dust pretty much at that point.
There's fans that love Jordan so much they just try to wipe these stats away like they don't even exist. I just want to mention that. If you're driving your car and you say you love Jordan, like he beat the best team in history. He only had 9 losses, and he came down 3-1 in their building. Come on.
He played 47 minutes.
It's so crazy.
Every minute but one. In that game, LeBron, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Just an absolute movie. And then Kyrie was there as well.
So let me ask you, for this trip, Bron goes free, right? they should be paying
Bron he's the billionaire of this crew. Now, Kevin Love, some of these other guys have made plenty of money.
He took 1 minute off for the series. Like, they should be paying for his food for a lifetime.
J.R. Smith specifically for what he did in Game 1, I think the next year in Golden State. J.R. Smith owes him. But, yes, this is a very, very important day, I know, for a lot of you guys because you probably remember where you were on this day 10 years ago. That was one of those moments. And so now here we are celebrating the Cavs, and those guys are out there celebrating and having a good time. We got an update at the top of the hour. A deep dive will follow after that. And then the offseason is pretty much behind us for the most part in the NFL. Mini camps have officially been shut down. Guys are getting their time in for training camp.
Final vacations are coming up right now.
We're going to stack up some of the off-season winners around the National Football League. We've got 3 apiece. TLC will get in on this as well. Come on, Rack, right after the update with Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
For decades, Morgan & Morgan has represented hundreds of thousands of people at their hour of need. Injuries on the job, car crashes, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse. Social Security claims, dangerous drugs, and dangerous products. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason, and no firm is even close. Then we got to thinking, what if we could prevent these terrible events before they occurred? So we built the AI-powered People Protector. Simply visit peopleprotector.com and type in the product you have questions about before you buy it. Children's toys and accessories, cars, drugs, products, you name it, we got it. With our success, we decided to pay it forward for all of America. Our way of saying thank you for your trust all these years. Morgan & Morgan, protecting America. And if you've already been injured, just visit us at forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free. And 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 614-502-5220. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett-Jackson in Columbus, June 25th to 27th at the Ohio Expo Center and State Fairgrounds. See hundreds of no-reserve collector cars cross the auction block and sell to the highest bidder. Take in the lively exhibitor marketplace. Engage with interactive sponsor displays and enjoy a wide selection of food and drink options. It's an exciting, high-octane event for fans of all ages. Advance tickets on sale now for the world's greatest collector car auctions at Barrett-Jackson.com.
The weather in Central Ohio just got better, so why shouldn't your loan rate? CME Federal Credit Union wants to try to beat your current loan rate by 2% on autos and toys. Plus, enjoy no payments for 90 days on car loans and no payments for 60 days on motorcycles, boats, and more. With car rates as low as 4.99% APR and toy rates starting at 6.5% APR, it's the perfect time to save. Apply today at CMEFCU.org. Terms apply. Minimum floor rates 4.99% APR cars, 6.50% APR other vehicles. Federally insured by NCUA.
How many of you have had your garage floor done? I'll wait for the answer. Yeah, that's enough. How many of you think it looks like crap? That's because it is crap. One quick call to Comer and Cross Concrete Floor Coatings at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they can install a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor in one day. A Comer and Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It's like pulling into a new car showroom every night. And here's the best part. It is guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And listen, you lazy bum, they'll even take the stuff out of the garage for you. They're all certified uniform pros. No subcontractors at Comer and Cross. This is a premier product with premier results, and they hired a premier endorser to tell you about it. For your quick and easy Comer and Cross garage floor quote, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to comercross.com, C-O-M-E-R cross.com.
Dip it, dunk it, smother it. It's queso gone wild at Hothead Burritos. Try our new loaded potatoes covered in queso and topped off with hardwood smoked bacon, burritos, bowls, nachos, and more. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some queso.
High energy bills? Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with Columbus Worthington Air. Smart homeowners know an old air conditioner can cost you more every month. Don't let it drain your wallet. Upgrade to efficient, reliable comfort with payment options that fit your budget. Backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The U.S. is an hour from facing Australia in its second World Cup match, but will be without Captain America. Christian Pulisic is out with a calf injury that limited him to one half in last Friday's 4-1 win over Paraguay. Ricardo Pepi will get the start. NHL three-time Stanley Cup champ Jonathan Toews is retiring after 16 seasons. He returned last season after a 2-year absence with the Jets after 15 seasons with the Blackhawks. Golf, Wyndham Clark leads round 2 of the U.S. Open at 7 under. Baseball, Reds visit the Yankees at 7:05. Cincinnati's Rhett Lauder faces New York's Cam Schlittler. Guardians are at the Astros at 8:10. Cleveland's Tanner Bybee faces Houston's Tetsuya Imai. This update sponsored by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
Hour number 3 on a Friday. Welcome back in. Matty Ice, TLC, DeVere Posey in the house today, filling in for AR. Bottom of the hour, we will talk all things Guardians, Reds, Major League Baseball with the one and only Jensen Lewis. We have a prize to give away this hour as well, so don't forget that. Depot, take us inside the mind of a player right now, coming out of mini camp and all of that, looking at the schedule, and they're probably looking at, 3-ish weeks before training camp. Somewhere it gets going. What is this like for a player right now? What are you doing? You hopping on a bird somewhere and getting to some sand immediately?
Getting the golf trips, getting the guys trip, getting the families out of the way. You got camps coming up. Any real estate projects, you're closing them up. You're getting ready for training camp. Obviously, I don't think training-wise, you're like the hay should be in the barn by this time. Like you should have already worked on the things you wanted to improve at this time. Now it's like, how do I go into camp, fresh legs, ready for a season, getting the body fresh, making sure we're working through any injuries. So, it's, that preparing for battlefield of making sure all your ducks are in a row and that you can go ahead and focus on those next season goals.
So usually for me, DeVere, on Sunday at about, let's call it 8:45 at night is when the Sunday scaries kick in for me to restart a new work week. When do the training camp scaries kick in for a player? Is that about a week out, a couple days out to where you're like, okay, it's about that time?
It's about, for me, it was always that week of and just kind of feeling like you had to do something. I remember one year I was just not super anxious, but I was like training 3 times a day leading up to training camp, and I like pulled my hammy literally like 13 days before camp, and you're just like, oh man, like it was just such a, like I had to go in early, and then you got to like miss the conditioning test, and you're like, it's just, you have to be extremely thoughtful leading up to training camp in terms of like, I think if you're like partying pre-game, that's just crazy. To me, So like just at this time of year, extremely thoughtful leading up.
You brought up something that I've never seen with my own eyes. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's the conditioning test.
Oh my God.
Because there's certain teams you hear around the NFL, they're much harder than the others.
That's where the scaries come from, is that
it's the conditioning test.
Oh man.
Run us, like when you were in the league, who had the toughest conditioning test?
I think the cheetahs. And the cheetahs are like that's what we call them at Ohio State, but I like always name kind of all groups cheetahs. So it's like the running backs, receivers, DBs.
Okay.
Those are the cheetahs. Then you got the Lions, big speed, quarterback, running back, or the bigger backs, fullbacks, tight ends. LBs.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you maybe have an Arvell Reese is definitely a Lion. And then you got the Bears. Those are the big boys. Yeah. So like for me, the conditioning test was always the hardest for the cheetahs. And so going into those, just a lot of anxiety, and most wide receivers, you're gonna kill, you're gonna run well, you're gonna be fine. It's just like
a lot of running, I'm assuming, right? Just
they're timing my run, like I've been timing it, but it's like this counts now. So it's just a super.
And from what I understand, you can't advance to actual practices until you pass that. Is that how it works for most teams in the league?
Yep, and it makes sense. It makes like you can't practice 60 plays unless you can run at this, at the speed we want, unless you can run this many times, and not break down.
So as these guys are getting ready for training camp, OTAs, mandatory mini camp, that stuff is behind us for the most part here around the league. We wanted to tap into some of the NFL offseason winners in our mind. So we're going to stack up 3 apiece and just bounce around and see what we get here. Who wants to lead this thing off? Depot, you want to go?
No, you got it.
I'll go first. The obvious one is the LA Rams.
Yep.
They have to be one of the biggest winners here. I just felt like we should just get that out of the way. It's got to be the Rams. Not only do you bring in Myles Garrett, you also bring in Trent McDuffie as well, one of the best corners in the sport, to pair with the best pass rusher and arguably the best defensive player in the entire sport. So you get those two. Stafford's running it back with some new money. And so they're just a massive winner because they were a team that was right there knocking on the door a year ago. Stafford's coming off an incredible season. He's the reigning MVP. And so, you add 95 to this mix, Depot, with the core and chemistry that they already have from the head coach all the way down. The Rams have to be on this list.
Yeah, man, as I'm actually saying, I think the Giants took a step in the right direction. Now, it's something to where you say, one thing I know about Harbaugh, he can put together good defenses and he can spot generational talent on defense. Jackson Dart gets a year older. You get Scatterboo back. You have some veteran president. I don't really know what Odell's going to do. I don't know if he's a camp body or not. Yeah. But I just truly believe that this team took a step in the right direction. I kind of like them just off the top of my head. And then, I'll go with them first round.
I like that because you have these young guys to where we kind of know what Jackson Dart is, which is, I think, going to be a solid quarterback. But I think the structure that John Harbaugh can bring to that situation will mesh well with the young talent that they have. And we were talking about earlier how Ohio State can be a good fourth quarter team and close out games up front with the defensive line. I think the Giants are going to have that ability, right? Because we know Arvell can help out that unit. Yes, they lose Dexter Lawrence, but Brian Burns and Thibodeau and that unit, man, they should be hunting. So I think that's a good call. I think they've had a solid offseason, for sure. TLC, who's on your list, big dog?
I hate to do it because they're in the division, but honestly, I was really impressed with the free agent acquisitions that the Bengals had defensively. So after years and years of talking about the defense, if it doesn't work this year, then it's not happening.
Yeah, I think they should be on the list for sure because DeVere, I mean, you're an offensive guy. How frustrating that had to be for Jamar, T, Chase, Joe, just everybody on offense where you guys are jogging back to the sideline after putting 7 on the board again. And then in the next couple minutes, you're right back out there because the opposing offense just marched down the field. And you could feel we could feel some of the frustration coming from the offense. Chase Brown made it known. He wasn't messing around with his comments. But just what is that like in a locker room when you have, I guess, that type of divide?
Yeah.
What is that like?
Well, guys are going to keep it professional, but even just you switch it vice versa. And you're a defense and the offense isn't doing anything and they're coming off, at 3 and out. The trust week in and week out, just like a battery on your phone, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller until that phone runs out of life and then you lost the team. And then that's when, guys are acting out and being a little bit more demonstrative. But that trust of there's no better feeling like, hey, we need a defensive stop.
Yeah.
And they do you one better and get a turnover. Or they do you one better and they say, hey, we're going to get you that ball back. Or offense, you say, hey, we got you that ball back, and they go back and score. That helps with trust, and it helps with effort and support. And those defensive guys aren't sitting on the bench. They're standing up watching offense because they know they've built that rapport with them over the years.
You brought up the word trust a couple times there. How much trust is in the Houston locker room at the moment?
Man, I would like to say that it's headed in the right direction. I mean, this team is in the position to go to the playoffs for all of CJ's career, right? We're talking about we're being tough on a team my next team, they beat them in the playoffs. They have it. They just need to get started faster and need to fix a few foundational things and keep CJ clean. And then obviously, if he has that trust with his offensive line, I think that this team can potentially, go to the playoffs again.
I think human nature sets in at a certain point. And I think for Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, and that crew, there has to be a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth still because those guys probably felt like we got a Super Bowl defense right now.
Yeah.
And we had an offense and a quarterback last year that he held them back. That's just what it is with how bad it was for CJ. Who's the second team on your list, Deepak?
I'm going to go with the Steelers, man. I mean, regardless of what happens with Aaron Rodgers, I just think, Will Howard is in a position that he's going to have a good training camp. I think they're going to be talking about how, he's securing and locked up that second quarterback position early on in camp. And to me, that means a lot if Aaron goes down. Then you add in Pittman Jr. and then one of my favorite signings, sneaky, Rico Dowdle. They just snuck that in there. I mean, that dude had some crazy 8-week runs down in Carolina, and honestly was part of that team turning around his play as a guy who really wasn't a big money guy, giving him an opportunity to have more than a sample size. In a team that will run the ball in a division you got to run the football to win that division. I'm excited to see, what Mike McCarthy and the boys have up their sleeves.
I like the Rico Dowdle mention, right? Because especially when you have an aging quarterback that probably don't want to go into week after week with him having to sling it around everywhere, having that balance. If you can bring an extra defender down in the box and make defenses respect that, I think that can go a long way. We'll carry some of these over to pre-snap reads, but right now is going to be your chance to win Hothead Burritos catering package that is going to feed 20 people. Order your Hothead catering at hotheadburritos.com. 614-821-9710 is TLC's hotline number. Earlier in the program, Depot was telling us a story about one of the more recent golf outings he has had. What was DeVere's score in that round? 614-821-9710 is TLC's hotline number. You get it right, you're going to get the catering package from Hothead Burritos that's going to feed 20 people. We'll continue our conversation about off-season winners next in Pre-Snap Reads with Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
This weekend, the Ultimate Music Fusion takes the stage. Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Grammy Award-winning superstar Wyclef Jean performing live with the Columbus Symphony. From the Fugees to his massive solo career, experience unforgettable mix of hip-hop, reggae, and world music with hits like Gone to November. We trying to stay alive and more. One night only, this Saturday, June 20th, at the Columbus Commons. Get your tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Need a new ride before summer hits full speed? Head to Germain Honda of Dublin, where the Honda SUV lineup is ready for your next adventure. Choose from the versatile Honda HR-V or the always popular Honda CR-V, with a great selection of gas-powered models available right now. Plus, well-qualified buyers can take advantage of some of Honda's best lease offers of the year. Whether you're commuting across Columbus or planning a weekend road trip, there's a Honda SUV built for the journey. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road or shop online at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Are you missing some freeloading buddies in your life? Well, catch Bishop and Friends on The Fan, featuring Columbus sports veteran Bo Bishop.
I have to acknowledge that I definitely had a mullet in middle school.
A man about town. Bo's a father who gives excellent advice.
If you're going to give me a breakfast pastry out of a box, the toaster strudel is significantly superior to the Pop-Tart.
Bishop and Friends, weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. And tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 The Fan.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a pepper thing. And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a pepper thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a pepper thing.
When you get Eco to fix your HVAC system, we give you back all the money you paid us to repair that old system when you finally need to buy a new one from us. Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
All those extra years of service for free. On me. GetEco.com.
Day one, the hardest day. The day you hear,
this is a type of blood cancer.
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we're at the PGA Tour Superstore on Sawmill with some great Father's Day gift ideas, plus Bob Herrig and the U.S. Open from Shinnecock.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick, Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine in our forecast today as temperatures soar into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon with breezy winds. Then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows in the 50s. For Saturday, we will see mostly sunny skies with some spotty showers and storms. We'll have a little bit of a breeze with highs right around 80 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, before we get back into our NFL offseason winners, we had a prize to give away, TLC, a nice little gift coming from our friends at Hothead Burritos, a catering package that's going to feed up to 20 people. Who won the prize today?
Travis in Grove City.
Shout out to Travis in Grove City. We appreciate you. Enjoy that. Hope you have a great weekend. If this is just for you, great. Because I wouldn't be mad at that either, DeVere. Somebody looked at this and was like, this is my meal prep for a little minute.
Good, man. 20 burritos.
Enjoy it.
Burritos.
Absolutely.
Some people just take their food and throw it in the freezer and say, I'll eat it later.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So, because I know one of my friends was into bodybuilding, and he used to go to Chipotle and get their catering thing that you can buy, obviously, in bulk and just get the steak and the chicken and get all this protein from there. So I know some people that do it this way, but regardless of how you're going to enjoy it, Travis, we appreciate you listening, and again, hope you have a great weekend. So on my list, I kicked this off with the LA Rams, in round one. Depot, you had the Steelers on your list.
Yep.
And TLC, you had the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, no, I think I did the Giants.
You did the Giants and Steelers.
Giants and Steelers. Yep.
TLC knocked out the Bengals. I had the Rams on my list. My second candidate for this list isn't a team, it's a specific player.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Drake May. I think Drake May is one of the bigger offseason winners right now because not only is it A.J. Brown, I like Romeo Doubs, who they acquired from Green Bay.
Sneaky
good pickup, right? Yeah. And I think now he's in a position to where he doesn't have to be the number one. Clearly, A.J. can handle that.
But he can be.
He can be, and I think we may be looking at a world where Romeo Doubs can become one of the better number twos in the sport this season. But for Drake May specifically, it's those two guys. Go ahead.
They win the Super Bowl if Stephon Diggs gets open and makes some plays. You know, I mean, like, they're built for just like we need a play catcher. They went and got two.
They're right there, right? Yep. The schedule is what it is. It's going to be a lot tougher this year, but I think what can help fight some of that resistance back, if you will, is going to be A.J. Brown and what he can do for a youngish quarterback, too. Drake May finished as the MVP, too, last season, but he, I think, has a chance to just stumble into some, like, A.J. is going to make life easier for him with the way that he can win in one-on-ones and everything that he can do as a no-doubt number one true guy in this league. And so I think Drake May is a big-time winner. They also added an offensive lineman in the first round, too. So protection has a chance to be better than it was, which they clearly needed, because their offensive line was a joke in the postseason. But I just think where they are in Depot, how they've reset around him, I like what they're doing. So I think Drake May is a winner this offseason.
Yeah, I love that. And yep, I'm just going to keep it there. I'm excited for this Patriots offense to get back and this Patriot organization to get back to focus, you know, this offseason. And
the Drake May and Josh Allen back and forth are going to be awesome for the next few years, right? In the same way, us in this division, the AFC North, you get those Joey B and Lamar matchups, and those are the ones that
are always good.
You got to must-see TV when those two guys are getting after it.
You get one in the summer and you get one in the winter, you feel like.
Great. So I'll go Drake May, second on my list. You got who's your third in line here?
Players-wise?
Or team. It could be player or team, coach, whoever.
Man, I think Aaron Glenn, I'm going to stay in New York. I think the Jets took a step, man. And when you think about just what he inherited from Robert Saleha and just trying to do that, you always look at the rule of two. I think the page is fully turned as, he has the reins. You know, his people are in there. His coaches are in there. He's able to kind of, work through all those weird, pending contract situations that kind of coaches inherit. And I think, in the draft, he went with Bailey. And I like that. You go with the sure thing. You go with what you have. But he is a defensive guy, and what he had with the Lions, you're starting to see the Lions struggles a little bit without Ben Johnson next to the door and Aaron Glenn next to the door. I'm excited to see what he has this year. I'm excited to see. I think they took a step.
David Bailey, you add him to the defense, as you mentioned.
They had a crazy offensive draft, too. I do want to mention that. That was my favorite offensive draft.
Kenyon Sadiq and Omar Cooper Jr.
Come on, bro.
To add with Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall already there.
And then you picked up Bailey, too, in the first. And then they picked another person up in the first. I thought a defensive guy, too. But it was a DB. They picked up a DB, I think. Then I just was like, I just love what Aaron Glenn did in that draft.
Oh, D'Angelo Pons.
Yes. Pons was a good pick.
Yeah, he was a dude for Indiana.
He can play. And to be honest with you, he reminds me of Aaron Glenn as a kind of corner. Like Aaron Glenn was like that finesse Jonathan Joseph.
Small-ish corner, but
Brent
still
Grimes.
impactful.
Yeah, Brent Grimes type of guy.
Yeah. We talked earlier about the Browns, and you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel because of these draft classes. The Jets get this right. There's more of that light at the end of the tunnel. And then you're talking about going into next offseason with 3 first-round picks. That's what the Jets have in the 27 draft. 3. And what's supposed to be the quarterback class. So we'll see on that. But I like your call there for them.
Yep.
Geno Smith, it was a mess last year in Las Vegas. But if he can find a little bit of that Seattle Geno, they're going to be a tougher out than what they were last year. But
Geno was trending to be a good player the year that I.M. Ankapala broke his jaw. Like, he was going to be a good player that year, and then it kind of derailed his career.
It's crazy. Just punched his teammate, right? Like,
I was in the locker room that year, and it's kind of coming back full circle for Geno. So I am hoping for some success.
Yeah.
At least 10 wins there, in New York, man. That would be a great end to the story.
Man, you get a young quarterback in that division, then you're talking about Josh Allen with Drake May and whoever the Jets can cook up there. That'd be fun. TLC, who's next for you, my guy?
The Cleveland Clowns. Back-to-back years of me actually liking their draft, and I give them credit for getting rid of Myles Garrett. Now, the offseason...
You're happy about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually,
everybody in the division is.
That does help me, but I think it was the right decision to make. And I liked the haul that they got back. I like that you got back Jared Verse, who I think already in 2 years has proven to be a good NFL player. And so you can get him if you extend him, which I assume that would be the case. You'll basically have 7 years of him. And so by the time that you do eventually get good, if you ever get good in Cleveland, then he is more likely to be a part of that solution than Myles Garrett would be just because of the timeline. But I give him a lot of credit for the trade. I like the draft. They had a really good offseason for the Browns. Now, those offseason moves aren't going to help them this year, but we're talking big picture down the line. I think the Browns, yet again, made some good moves, piggybacking off of last year's draft, which I also liked.
TLC, is it not like more of a thing to you that Deshaun Watson is just like beat out by Shedeur at this point already? Like, that is not a competition. And then what does that say to Deshaun Watson and where he's going?
Well, I don't know, because a lot of it's kind of like becoming just popular opinion, like group think that Deshaun Watson's just going to win the starting job. And they've had a mini camp so far. So I don't even know. That decision won't be made until training camp, so we'll find that out, I guess, at the end of July or something like that. But it's interesting how that has kind of become just the consensus opinion. And then where do you go from there? Because I'm like a lot of people. I assume that at some point we'll see Deshaun. At some point he'll get benched. At some point Shedeur will come in.
Yep.
And then who knows? Maybe Shedeur will get benched, and then Taylon Green might. Who knows? But it's gonna be a mess at the quarterback position. But
it's been a mess.
I actually think that the Browns, outside of the quarterback position, they got. It's not like the gears are motionless with cobwebs around them. The gears are turning. They're not going to a Super Bowl, but the gears are turning.
Yeah, you feel like you're on your way, and it just felt like the last couple of. Prior to the last draft, it felt like they were spinning in the snow.
They've got it right.
Were spinning in the snow.
They've got it right the last 3 years.
Feels right.
Man.
It feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Last guy on my list, is Justin Herbert. And that's because Mike McDaniel is his offensive coordinator. I think this is a great fit for him. I think you have Harbaugh, who's always had some good offenses that have followed him, tough-nosed offenses that want to run the ball and run you off the field and run you out of the arena. But now Mike McDaniel is attached to the best quarterback he's ever coached, I believe. And then Justin Herbert, I think, is going to have the best offensive mind now, just solely focused on that and that only. They now get to run it back, at least for now, with arguably the best offensive tackle duo in the sport with Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. I like this fit, Depot. I think this is a big win for Justin Herbert, is getting Mike McDaniel, who we saw in Miami, right? If he had the healthy Tyreek and Waddle and Tua was there, that offense was fun and explosive. I think Herbert is going to bring more security to the offense than Tua did. I think he's more just naturally talented than Tua is as well. And so I think this is a big, big get for Harbaugh and the LA Chargers, Depot, as Mike McDaniel as the offensive coordinator inside what could be and should be a fun AFC West.
Yeah, and you throw in Njoku. You know, he's out there too. Yeah. Man. He's a proven pass catcher. He's been consistent, and that is a nice blanket for them. And I can't remember like the last tight end they really had out there that was really able to, in Herbert's tenure. So he's a proven guy, man. He finally got him the tight end he needed.
No doubt. I just think like Mike McDaniel to me feels like, when Chip Kelly and Patricia were here, where you have these guys that can stay in their lane of just something they do so great.
Yep.
Like I think that's Mike McDaniel out there in LA. And so, between Bo Nix, Mahomes, and Herbert out there, should be some banger of games happening in the AFC West. Coming up in 2 minutes, our guy Jensen Lewis will jump in to get the updated stuff on the Cleveland Guardians now that they have to deal with the Jose Ramirez injury. The Reds are getting ready for the New York Yankees in the Boogie Down Bronx. We'll talk to him about all of that and more right around the corner in 2 minutes. We're Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Common Man here for my friends at Care Heating and Cooling. Summertime napping season is upon us. What's that mean? Well, that means for me, a little nap on the leather couch. I got the ceiling fan on, but if that AC's not working properly, that nap turns into crap. Am I right? You got to make sure that AC's in tip-top shape, and the only people to call are my friends at Care Heating and Cooling. The message on their homepage says, we care about your comfort, because they do. If you're not comfortable in your own home, they start to get itchy and scratchy. Here's what you need to know about my friends at Care. They've won the Lennox Centurion Award for 17 years in a row. Now, if you're not in the biz, you don't know what that is, but I'm going to tell you, it's given to the top 5% of Lennox dealers in the country each year. Their service techs are the best in the business, and there's not a problem they can't solve, except maybe the meaning of life. They had no answer when I asked them. But think about living without central AC. Mess you up. My friends at Care also have easy online scheduling. CareHeatingandCooling.com. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
The lot is full and the deals are on. Let's get it started. At Lindsay Honda, we're kicking off the summer by giving you cash for your clunker. $3,500 minimum guaranteed for qualifying trade. Trade up to a new 2026 CR-V LX all-wheel drive CVT. Now just $339 a month. Or just $259 for a new 2026 Civic LX CVT. Let's get it started. Cash for clunkers is back at Lindsay Honda. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, laundry, diapers, work, groceries. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. But temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you. And every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Crowd the plate at your own risk. It's time for some chin music with former big leaguer and president of the Bald is Beautiful fan club, Jensen Lewis.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train air conditioners.
Welcome back into Rothman and Ice. It's that time to where we talk all things Major League Baseball with the guy that knows it very, very well. He's our guy, Jensen Lewis. J. Lou, welcome back in. Happy Friday, my man. How we feeling?
We're good, brother. I know you're hoping for your Red Legs to try and find it here, my man. But, boy, some tough sledding ahead. No question about it.
Okay, let's start there, and then we'll go to Cleveland. I have one specific question about a specific guy, and it's J.J. Bleday, J-Lou, because this guy right now, hitting dingers, as you've always told us, great hitting park down there in Cincinnati, but he's a guy that his contract is up at the end of this year. If you're Cincinnati, do you need to get in the mindset of flipping a big-time bat to maybe get something in return? Because J-Lou, my gut's telling me this guy's going to get a decent contract at the end of the season, and I don't think it's going to be with the Reds.
Well, hitting right to my Vandy boy fancy right here, brother. Great to see a fellow Commodore just balling out. And again, a couple of stops before he finally was able to put it together, and it feels like he's found a home here with Cincinnati. Now, all that being said, just a little bit over 28 and a half years old, right into the prime there. And for me, honestly, Matty, I think you kind of look at starting to surround, the Ellie De La Cruzes and the Sal Stewarts with some other complementary pieces. And, for what it's worth, outside of Stewart and perhaps Spencer Steer for the body of work, J.J. Bleday has been the guy that has been part of the big part of the offensive engine here. So plays a very serviceable left field, has been an igniter atop this lineup. To me, and you know me, I'd rather try and keep the young guns around and start building some here. He's been a big part of the equation thus far, and hopefully they look at him as a big part moving forward.
Would no doubt be nice. I would love that. They are in the basement of the NL Central at the moment, 10.5 games back of the Milwaukee Brewers. Redlegs going into the Boogie Down Bronx this weekend, J-Lou, to take on the New York Yankees without Aaron Judge. So give us a little preview of that series and what you're looking out for the Yankees and the Reds.
Yeah, boy, up against it to start tonight. You get Cam Schlittler, so we're not easing into this series.
Yay.
The bookend actually is not the way you would draw it up if you're a Reds fan with Schlittler tonight and then Garrett Cole on Sunday. But you get your big dogs going with Andrew Abbott tomorrow against Will Warren, then Chase Burton's. Boy, it should be it should be a really fun Sunday afternoon there in the Bronx between two flamethrowers. So it really is not only trying to salvage or try and get at least one in this series, but then knowing you go right back into the division with Milwaukee at home for a quick stop at Great American Ballpark, then back out on the road against Pittsburgh, and it does look like you'll probably get Paul Skeens to begin that series. So no rest for the weary when the offense has been kind of down. Usually that's when you end up facing some of the good pitching. So Terry Francona just talks about winning series. And if the Chicago White Sox gave you a little window into it last night, the pinch hit grand slam by Andrew Benintendi ends up getting them a win late. It's there for the taking. And without Aaron Judge, you watch this Yankee lineup. Yes, they've had a great season from Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger. Paul Goldschmidt has been really solid the last week or so. But I'll be honest, Iceman, outside of that, the bottom of the lineup has left a lot to be desired. Yes, Jose Caballero has been nice in spurts, but it's there for the taking. If you get some early leads, you can kind of leverage this Yankee offense to try and have some other than Ben Rice beat you.
We're talking all things Major League Baseball with our guy, Jensen Lewis. He's the best. Let's go up to Cleveland, J-Lou, and lock in on the first place Cleveland Guardians coming off a win against the Milwaukee Brewers. However, what's hovering over this team's head and what will hover over their head, for the next few weeks is the Jose Ramirez injury. So J-Lou, talk about what happens to a team when you lose your best player and where things need to go now to maintain a level of success.
Yeah, I think that's really the question that will wait to be answered here, Matty, until we get into that third or fourth week. You're already just kind of a couple of days into not only having Jose Ramirez unavailable, but now Chase DeLauder also on the injured list. So your two best bullets unavailable for some time, and you're in the midst now of a 3-city road trip headed to Houston tonight. And then all of a sudden, just as we thought, right, Matty, the showdown series on the south side at the end of June with the Chicago White Sox, who will begin play level with Cleveland atop the division. I'll be honest, I think that you have to maintain the starting pitching, and the way that Tanner Bybee has thrown the ball the last 2 weeks, that should give you a lot of confidence if you're a Guardians fan. It wasn't the best for Gavin Williams, in his last start, but you have him lined up for the series opener against the White Sox on Monday. Joey Cantillo and Slade Ciccone, two guys that really kind of need to hold the line here. And Slade has been definitely better as of the last couple of weeks. So that's been good. Back in the bullpen, Cade Smith's going to be an all-star. The guys in front of him got to continue holding the line, but it's all about the top of this lineup for me. What can Travis Bazzana and Kyle Manzardo do with Brian Rocchio? I mean, that has to be the engine. They've got to be able to get some early leads for this pitching staff and maybe kind of hold on for dear life in some scenarios.
Let's stay in this division and go over to Detroit and lock in on Skubal. J. Lou, what's your gut telling you about what the Detroit Tigers will do with him? Are they going to move him at the deadline? And if so, what are some of the teams that you have your eye on for Skubal?
Yeah, I think that you look at where the Tigers are, 14 games under 500. They're 9.5 back in the division. And this is a hell of a stretch for them coming up, too. 3 against the White Sox at home, 3 against the Yankees, and then 4 against the Houston Astros, who will have some decisions to make in their own right. The gift that keeps on giving here, Maddie, is that the American League has been so bad that even with teams that have started this poorly, and Detroit is certainly one of them, yes, you're still alive, and in the wild card race, Detroit's still 6.5 games out, but that's still plenty close enough looking at the teams ahead of them that you have kind of fallen with the Royals are just tied with them. The Astros, who they'll have head-to-head coming up. The Orioles have shown some spurts, but then they have a series like they do in Seattle. Texas, do you trust that offense? We'll see, and that's also hoping that DeGrom and Eovaldi can stay healthy for the duration of the season. To say that they would be looking up at the Minnesota Twins to try and run down a playoff spot, notwithstanding Chicago and Cleveland, I don't think anyone would have believed you at the beginning of the year if you're talking to the Detroit faithful. All that being said, to roundaboutly answer your question, I think this front office will really wait until the All-Star break to get a real hard look in the mirror of, is it time to wave the white flag with a couple of weeks before the trade deadline? I think they want to give this thing as long and as large amount of runway to really fully assess, because once you wave that white flag, and that would be that, it's not just Skubal who would be going out of there. I think there'd be other guys that certainly clubs would ask for and other pieces that they would try and pick off as well.
J. Lou, for the Reds or Guardians fan that maybe wants to, start looking around the league and locking in on some other teams, if they asked you, Jensen, who's one team that I would enjoy watching that isn't the Guardians or the Reds, where would you advise them to go around Major League Baseball for an entertaining watch and also a good brand of baseball?
Listen, the roller coaster ride that is the Washington Nationals right now is something to behold. They are ridiculous on the road, 23-14, one of the best marks in all of baseball. They are just decrepit at home. So if you're going to catch them at a ballpark near you, because that's usually when they're at their best. They are the only team, I believe right now, that has eclipsed the 400-run scored mark. Let me repeat that. The Washington Nationals are the first team in Major League Baseball to score 400 or more runs, and that is knowing what the Dodgers offense looks like and the rest of the teams that have started really well. So they've been kind of roller coaster ride. Matty, it's a top scoring offense. They've been dreadful on the mound too. So if you want some high scoring affairs, that would be definitely the team to watch.
All right, we'll get out of here on this one. We've got the College World Series final this weekend. We've got the World Cup this weekend. We've got the U.S. Open this weekend. Any bets out there for J. Lou to where you're looking at the sports landscape and you're locking in on something specific this week? Yeah,
I'd tell you the Tar Heels were a team that I'd given out before the college postseason started at 15-1 as a bet to win the College World Series. They're up against one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team, in the Oklahoma Sooners right now, but they are so deep on the mound. You'll see Jason DeCaro tonight, one of their aces. Caden Glauber, an exceptional freshman that they will have out there, likely either tonight, on Saturday or Sunday. Either way, a lot of fun. Anytime you get a chance to see this kind of brand of baseball in the middle of America, no doubt one of the great things. I would tell you in the U.S. Open, hold on to your butts here, as we used to say in Jurassic Park. This thing's going to get sideways. We know that you got to go through the grind here, especially round 2, round 3. Anxious to see where we are on Sunday afternoon, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about it next week.
He's Jensen Lewis. He's with us every Friday at 2:30 to talk all things Major League Baseball. Make sure you find him. This guy does an awesome job covering the betting world, baseball, and a lot more. So find Jensen wherever you can. J. Lou, as always, we appreciate you, my man, and we will catch up soon.
You got it. Thanks, Maddie.
Thank you. Thank you. We will hit the finish line of the show and week next. We'll tell the truth with Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
How many of you have had your garage floor done? I'll wait for the answer. Yeah, that's enough. How many of you think it looks like crap? That's because it is crap. One quick call to Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they can install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in one day. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It's like pulling into a new car showroom every night. And here's the best part. It is guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And listen, you lazy bum, they'll even take the stuff out of the garage for you. They're all certified uniform pros, no subcontractors at Comer & Cross. This is a premier product with premier results, and they hired a premier endorser to tell you about it. For your quick and easy Comer & Cross garage floor quote, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to comercross.com, COMER cross.com.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett Jackson in Columbus, Ohio, June 25th to 27th. See hundreds of no reserve collector cars cross the auction block, interactive sponsor displays, and a wide selection of food and drinks. It's an exciting high-octane event for fans of all ages. Tickets on sale now at barrett-jackson.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It is very difficult these days to find a great deal. Imagine if you had to buy something and you knew you had a certain amount you had to buy, but you got half of it for free unexpectedly. That would be an awesome deal. Well, the good news is Window Nation has that deal going on for you right now. With Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down, no monthly payment or interest for 2 years, and you get top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, all at a great price. As the weather continues to get hotter, you're going to run your air conditioner more. If your windows aren't energy efficient, they're letting that cold air out of your house, and you're paying more. Fix that problem with Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. They even have a lifetime warranty on these windows. Check out windownation.com to book your consultation today. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project.
Common Man here. Join me June 20th for the Common Man Mile at this year's Fan 5K in Westerville. Get signed up at 971therace.com.
The 97.1 The Fan 5K is presented by Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, and the Common Man Mile is sponsored by Rose Pest Solutions. Rose Pest Solutions has been protecting Columbus homes and businesses for over 165 years. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call 800-966-ROSE. or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. At Germain Toyota of Columbus, it's all about you, your drive, your style, and your budget. Stop in and see Marcello. He'll get you rolling. Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or check them out online at germaintoyota.net.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Email from a listener. What exactly is Common Man and Timmy supposed to be? How can I put this? A couple of immature men who love to have mindless conversation, laugh, and dabble in sports and farts.
Weekdays at 3.
And there you go, The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, TLC, what do you got cooked up in Tell the Truth today on Juneteenth?
Yeah. Well, I don't have any Juneteenth related questions.
Okay, good.
So I didn't. Is it appropriate for white people to wish you a happy Juneteenth? There's my first question.
Yes.
Of course it is. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, how about February 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's my birthday.
Well, then there's a big day to celebrate there.
You're so silly, CLC.
All right, what did I actually have? What do we see? This is a fan poll from a couple days ago. A JT's Pizza and Pub fan poll, I might add. What do we see first in Cincinnati, a Super Bowl parade or an NFL draft? And now that I'm asking that question, I'm wondering if there's already a pre-scheduled NFL draft.
I think there
that can give us a timeline.
No, I think you're onto something. That's out there. Let's get the exact date on that because it looks like 2029. I'm reading here from the Cincinnati Enquirer. Cincinnati currently holds the, quote, inside track to host the 2029 NFL draft.
All right, so
we got 3 seasons,
6, 7, and 8. Yeah,
that's monumental for the city. I'm gonna just tell you guys that right now, man.
Yeah, you're a natty boy.
That's big. That's
huge.
We love football down there. We actually got the best football in Ohio.
I wonder where would they do it at down there?
Probably right there
by the stadium,
opening day area. Right there,
yeah, okay.
in between there.
I would see that.
Or like in that spot.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really the only area I could think of around GABP and yeah. Okay,
in between the two stadiums.
I'm going to go with the Bengals actually winning the Super Bowl in the next 3 years. I could see that happening. Yeah. So of the options that he laid out, them holding up the Lombardi, yeah, I'm going to roll with that. You want to draft or Lombardi?
Oh, man. Because it has to be Lombardi or we won't have Joe anymore. Jamar's gone. Zach is gone. Miss Blackburn just gets rid of everybody. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Lombardi. Holding out, like, it has to happen before the draft. It has to.
It just feels like when you're going to have 3 more years of Joey B in his prime at this level, Jamar the same. Yeah, I'm with you. The roster is shaping up for a right now situation. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think we're on the same page. So we'll go Lombardi, TLC.
Well, if it's not now, then when?
Exactly.
Right. Because if you don't strike now, whoops. Let's see. How much money would you be willing to spend on a haircut leading up to attending a wedding?
Ooh. This is loaded for me.
Okay. Explain, please.
I paid for a barber to be at my wedding.
Which is, you know what? That is tremendous stuff from you.
Yes.
At the reception?
No. The reception? No, it's not. This is, you got to get the boys right before the wedding.
Yes. That's one of the better
so
things
he's
I've
in the
ever
bathroom
heard.
at the church?
No, he's in the groom suite, lining up. Just making sure.
That's how you got
your last haircut as a free man.
I thought you meant he was literally like at the wedding.
No, I'm like firing up Beijing at 8 a.m. like getting ready.
I don't think TLC knows what Beijing is.
Firing up Beijing.
I would be surprised if he knows what Beijing is.
That black ink that you can put in the corners to lighten it up.
The Carlos Boozer special.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
Marcus Freeman.
There it is.
Yes. Okay, that's Beijing.
Yes, it's Beijing.
Yeah, that's Beijing.
Getting it ready at 8 a.m. just like mixing it up like some paint. Yep. So I spent, I think it was like about $1,000 for him to be there for all those guys, but to drive up to the city.
There were people painting their hairline at your wedding.
I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, we're gonna make these pictures look good. Like, I don't want no loose corners. Like, man, put a black Sharpie on that, bro.
Were you one of them?
No.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I take that back. I yin-yang the corners.
Was it the beard?
The corners.
Yin-yang the corners.
I yin-yang the corners. Because I had to look like I was, those pictures were forever. We had to make sure we locked it in. Yeah, I yin-yang the corners. See, TLC, I'm sorry.
How much? So you're saying TLC, this is let's call it a Saturday wedding.
Sure.
And by Friday, I still don't have a haircut, but I found a barber.
Yep.
I'm more so just saying it's not so much the time crunch of it. It's more so just like I'm going to be in a place where there are a ton of people. I'm going to be wearing a suit. Like if there were ever a time to look presentable, this is the time.
$100. I'll pay $100 for that situation. Like if it was a Dyer's, and I'm not going to a wedding without a haircut.
Need a
Especially
cut.
if I'm in the wedding, there's no way. I would just feel so out of place. So yeah, $100. I'd spend that.
Yeah, I just get a cut every week, man. I don't even like let it get backed up. You know what I mean? Just get a cut every week.
Cut, line up. You're always at the barbershop every
Just
week.
once
I get
a week,
it. I respect
man.
it. I respect
just
it.
put on just make time.
Yeah, $100 for me, TLC.
It is also National Watch Day today. What is the most money you've ever spent on a watch?
Ooh.
Having a former NFL player in the studio for this one.
I'm not just disclosing.
Not disclosing. No. This segment's called Tell the Truth, not Plead the Fifth.
Oh, man. Whatever an Apple Watch was, TLC, let's say about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
So a couple $100
yeah.
for an Apple Watch. I'm not the biggest watch guy. Like I know a lot of people are really tapped into the watches, and I respect it because it's so many that you can get into.
Yep.
It's kind of overwhelming, the watch world, but yeah, just an Apple Watch. Like I've never thought, I'm going to go buy a Rolex. You know what I mean? Like that's not in my realm. Not in my realm. You got any Rollies?
Oh,
okay. Oh, yeah, he's got, okay.
Yeah. It was a lifetime ago.
Hublot? Richard, what is it, Richard Mille?
No.
Richard Mille's, I'm saying it's Richard Mille, right? It's Richard
Mille, yeah.
So, those are like
Richard.
200,000? Some of them?
Not doing that.
Yeah, right.
Not doing that.
But I don't think you're going to get out of Depot what you're trying to get out. Well, he wants a dollar figure out of you,
If
Depot.
this segment ends early, it's because we didn't fill the air with stories. So we just passed on it.
I'm talking about a TLC, a Richard Mille watch. It looks like you're going to be able to get those anywhere between $120,000 to $3 million.
What? Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Crazy. So yeah,
crazy. Don't need it.
Is a watch a good bachelor gift for your groomsmen, or would that be overdoing it?
No, I think getting the groomsmen stuff, like you got to do more than a cigar, bro. Right, you got to
give him a cigar. You
got to do more than that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
do you know somebody who cheaped out on that?
Well, no, I've got like the liquor pour. Like you can pour your cognac in it, and it has like your initials on it. I've got stuff like that. I've got like whiskey glasses with your name.
I got a really nice toiletry bag.
That's
which
nice.
is a good gift with my initials on it. I like that a lot.
Idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And then I got some I got a golf, like you can leave your tees in there, you can put your rangefinder in there, like a golf, all those things that are like floating around in the cart.
I got you. Yeah,
You can put it in a container.
In one little container.
That's
there.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Solid.
Yeah, I've gotten a toiletry bag and a really nice flask too, which I thought was pretty good. Yeah, I don't
Have
think
you used the flask?
Yes, many a time.
Just came.
many a time.
Well, then that makes it a good gift
right now.
Because you want a gift that you can use, right? I broke tradition earlier on in the show, and so I might as well make up for it by playing this.
And I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavatier, which means that we are just about out of time.
Quick reminder, you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. Depot, appreciate you filling in for AR today. TLC, great job on the board. Folks, as always, we love you. Have a great weekend. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. It's going to be Timmy and Friends from 3 to 6. They'll keep you up to date on everything happening with the World Cup. Go US of A. We will talk to you on Monday at high noon. Have a great weekend, folks. We're Rothman and Ice right here on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes.